Hello?
Step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Yep. Transformative
Good
Tuesday.
morning. Hey, welcome. You almost caught us by surprise there for a second while we are doing the robot into...
Lorenzo started it. In our defense, Lorenzo started it. And once the robot starts, you just got to go with it. Well, speaking of Transformers, it's going to be a transformative day today. We're all about transforming mindsets. And I think this morning we're going to be embracing those imperfections.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
I love the fact that we are going to create a safe space. So we're going to bring some awareness to World Vitiligo Day. Vitiligo Day. I know it's a difficult word to pronounce, so we'll get the exact pronunciation from our dermatologist stepping in this morning, Dr. Nompelo Gancho, who's going to be explaining this condition to us in a way that hopefully will demystify and debunk, I think, a lot of the myths that are there around it.
Absolutely. And joining her, Marian, who will share how she embraced her skin. I mean, she's lived with the condition vitiligo for a number of years as well, and she's here to offer some very valuable advice and also insight from a very personal perspective. And then we're also going to be delving into Dove's latest campaign, which is very exciting, titled Expresso Yourself in 100 Colors, where they encourage women to celebrate their individuality through style and color. So I think definitely an inspirational moment there as well. Oh,
and we've got some gorgeous women in this family to expresso themselves this morning. So that's going to be the word. I'm going to overuse it completely. Expresso yourself this morning. I love it. And then finally, we're going to bring you the men on the couch and experts in their own field to chat about mastering your lifestyle and how to win that work versus life balance, okay? And I have a feeling it's one of those where there is no out-and-out answer. It's about finding the right balance for you, as imperfect as you are. What are we going to be imperfectly perfect today?
Imperfectly perfect this morning. So that is just a snippet of what you can expect this morning. We're also going to be diving into the kitchen. It's all about those air fryers. If you don't have an air fryer, well, it is time, because it's one of those essentials that you need to have in your kitchen cupboards. All right, so let's kick it off, shall we? I know that Carissa's got a bit of a conundrum.
Yeah, it's a difficult one because she's got two great choices that she needs a little bit of help with. Please help her out.
I really am in a bit of a pickle right now, and I said that specifically because we've got the green puffer as an option for today. It is Tuesday, and I want you to help me choose which thing is going to elevate this rather casual outfit. I've got a cream two-piece, as well as some gorgeous boots, some platform boots to match it. And I'm wondering, is it option 1 or option 2 that's going to take this outfit from a solid 8 to like a 12 out of 10? I've got the green puffer over here with the gold detailing down the middle, which is really gorgeous, and it's going to add a pop of color to this cream base. Or we could go for this option right here. Last week we played it a bit safe and didn't go for the faux fur, but perhaps today is the day for that. We also have the raised collar as well as the velvety soft inside. So I know I'm going to have extra warmth while in studio for the next couple of hours as we hang out with you on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Remember to use that hashtag Styled by Woolies and let me know which option you would choose. Is it going to be option 1 or option 2? It's up to you. Let us know across our socials, and in a bit I'll reveal what's going to look good for today.
Big love is in the tiny details. Every second, every look, every stitch. The details make the difference.
Well, we promised you a transformative show, so let's start with something that's going to inspire you to move, to be bold, to be confident. So we want to put this question to you guys this morning. Who inspires you for the way that they embrace life, confidently walk through life and break down barriers. I suppose we're lucky that we get to meet people like that every day just by virtue of being on the show. But we want to hear from you. Who is your spirit animal, as I always say? Drop us a voice note, 063-408-8863. But let us know why. Why does this person, these people, it can be something out there. We aren't going to put any kind of cage around this one. We want you to inspire us this morning with that person that inspires you, and tell us why they get you moving every single day. I think for me, it's undoubtedly my son. And it's not because he's never scared or that he's just always brave all the time, but when he is scared, he overcomes it. And I absolutely love that about him. He's just such a brave kid when the chips are down. But who is that person for you? Let us know. We'd love to hear an inspiring voice note, or you can hit us up on any of our socials. @Expresso Show is the handle to use throughout the next 3 hours. So let's give you a couple of talking points to get us started. Then I'll delve into those news and sporting headlines as well. But let's kick it off with our local news first. Here's Ewan.
Thanks, G. Appreciate that. Looking forward to your voice notes as well. Right now, though, 5 minutes past 6 o'clock. Let's start off this Tuesday morning taking a look at the major news stories. In your national news this morning, police in the Northern Cape have arrested some 300 suspects as part of Operation Chanela. Police spokesperson Sherelle Ehlers said this included more than 100 suspects wanted in connection with serious crimes such as robbery, murder, rape and assault with the intent to seriously injure. Some 250 suspects were also arrested for crimes such as the illegal possession of firearms, drug dealing, robbery and attempted murder. More than 20,000 people were stopped and searched. Officers seized drugs, counterfeit goods and weapons. And the port manager at Richards Bay in KwaZulu-Natal, Dennis Mkadi, says the new 285 million rand container terminal is expected to be in operation by 2027. Now, the tender for the development and operation of the container terminal was awarded to the logistics services group Grindrod. The container terminal is expected to be able to handle between 50 and 200,000 containers per year. Mkadi says the aim is to serve the northern part of KwaZulu-Natal and especially industries around Richards Bay, which currently have to ship containers through Durban's harbour. And over to international news headlines this morning. The head of the United Nations Children's Agency, UNICEF, says Sudan is one of the worst places in the world for children. Catherine Russell said Sudan's children were suffering immensely from the country's brutal civil war. Russell says it is now the largest displacement of children anywhere, with millions facing malnutrition and most not in school. Both warring parties, the Sudanese army and the paramilitary group called the Rapid Support Forces, are restricting the delivery of desperately needed aid. And the cargo ship that struck the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore in the U.S. has left the city's port almost 3 months after crashing. The 289-meter Dali was aided by 4 tugboats yesterday morning as it traveled to Norfolk in Virginia. 6 repair workers were killed on the bridge when the ship crashed on 26 March. The Port Baltimore shipping channel was not fully reopened until June following the removal of some 50,000 tons of wreckage. The bridge will be rebuilt at a cost of some $1.9 billion. And we'll end off on a lighter note. Max, the campus cat at Vermont State University in the US, has become a sensation, earning himself an honorary doctorate in literature. Known for hitching rides on students' backpacks, joining campus tours, and even attending psychology lectures during the past 4 years, Max, who lives nearby, is adored by students for his friendly demeanor. Now, Maurice Ouimet, the university's Dean of Admissions, describes Max as affectionate and the unofficial greeter of visitors and staff alike. And due to his popularity, Max now boasts an official university email. Consequently, Ouimet says awarding him an honorary doctorate in literature seemed a fitting tribute, making him an official member of the class of 2024. Now, the university's many students agree he truly deserves this great honor. Well done to Max. You are simply perfect. We'll leave your news headlines there. We'll have another round for you at 7 o'clock right now. Let's get into sports. For the first time on this Tuesday, here's Graham.
Well, he put in yet another perfect innings yesterday. Let's start with that. And cricket, Rohit Sharma's explosive 92 of just 41 balls led India to a 24-run victory over Australia in St. Lucia, securing their T20 World Cup semi-final spot. So Sharma's innings, featuring 7 fours and 8 sixes, powered India to one of the biggest totals we've seen in the competition. In fact, 205 for just 5. And Australia replied with 181 for 7, with Arshdeep Singh taking winning 3 for 37. So India will now face defending champions England in Thursday's first semi-final in Guyana. Now let's turn to rugby, and Australian referee Angus Gardner has withdrawn from officiating the Springboks Test series against Ireland, and that for personal reasons. So he'll be replaced by English referee Luke Pearce. And this change has prompted now a bit of a reshuffle of referees for the international July window. The match between South Africa and Ireland will take place at Loftus Versfeld on Saturday, the 6th of July. Now, staying with rugby news, the Blitzboks, fresh from their Monaco success, face a pretty tough draw for the Paris Olympic Games, obviously having just qualified, and they're placed in a pool with New Zealand, Ireland and Japan. So despite their recent dip in form, they're going to have to put it behind them as the Blitzboks will compete in one of 3 challenging pools. Hosts France, featuring, of course, Antoine Dupont. They're drawn with Fiji in Pool C. That's going to be tough. While World Series champions Argentina, they've got Australia, Samoa and Kenya. Now let's turn to football, and Matthias Zaghagni's stunning last-minute goal secured Italy a 1-1 draw against Croatia last night, propelling them into the Euro 2024 knockouts. That's from Group B. So Italy finishing second behind Spain, who still look like the tournament favourites. They'll face Switzerland in the last 16, then Croatia with only 2 points on the brink of elimination. But they still have the slimmest of chances of progressing as one of the 4 best third-place teams, depending on some other results, and obviously goal difference will come into play there. But that's where we leave our sporting headlines for now. Brand new day, brand new weather. Let's start tracking.
Well, thank you, G-Man. Let's have a look at what's happening in your weather today. And the South African Weather Service has issued only 1 warning for today. A yellow level 2 warning for damaging waves, resulting in localized damage to coastal infrastructures, and disruption of small harbors or ports is expected between Alexander Bay as well as Plettenberg Bay. Much of the rest of the country can expect fine and cool conditions with morning fog patches. And in Mpumalanga and Limpopo can expect showers and rain towards this evening. That wraps up your weather, and remember to share your morning views with us on 0634088863 as soon as the sun says hello to you today. Let's see what our temperatures are doing across the country for this morning.
Alrighty, there you have your morning temperatures. Cheers, man.
Not too bad. Cheers, Boykie.
Refreshing. Takes us back a little bit, huh?
It really is.
Hey,
I'm sorry, it turned us into...
kid.
It really did turn us into kids yesterday, so I apologise if the maturity levels are going to drop down, because we're going to need to keep our wits about us. Now, we're going to embrace, I think, a vitally important discussion. Vitiligo is a skin condition that affects a lot of people, but it's one of those that I think you need to speak to someone who has first-hand experience on both sides in terms of the professional, but the lived experience to truly understand it. We're going to do that.
Maybe if it's the first time you're hearing about this, well, we're going to do a bit of a deep dive into this condition as well. And then we are jumping to the kitchen. I said earlier, it's all about those air fryers in the kitchen, and there's a brand new air fry ready range from Woolies to make sure that the family's healthy, and you can prep a meal very quickly as well, because we don't have time.
My family's not here, but I think you can still do it for one. Eh?
You know what I'm saying? It's perfect for you, my friend. We'll see you just now.
Mid-wicket.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
That is correct. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso right here on S3. A very warm welcome to you if you've just joined us on this Tuesday morning. Now, it is estimated that 1% of the global population lives with vitiligo, a condition that causes the skin to lose its pigmentation and can have significant psychological and social impacts. And this morning, we bring much needed awareness to this World Vitiligo Day. And today, we are joined by Dr. Nompelo Ganshaw, a dermatologist, to help us understand more a little bit about vitiligo, and also Marian, who lives with the condition and is here to share her personal journey. Doc, good morning. It is lovely to see you guys. Marian, thank you very, very much. I'm glad we're talking about this.
I'm also glad. I was telling them they look so stunning this morning, and it's so good to have more female energy in this space, right? But Doc and Marian, thank you for joining us this morning. Doc, maybe I could start with you and just ask you at the base level, what is vitiligo? I know it's now in our conversations on the daily, but there's some people that definitely are not quite sure about it.
Yeah. So what it is, it's basically a skin disorder where your own bodies are taking your own melanocytes. So melanocytes are basically the cells that gives your skin color. So your body is attacking them and then you lose the color. So when one has lost the color, then it is called vitiligo. So it can be in one spot or it can be all over the body.
Interesting. What causes it though?
So it's your own body. So there's no really cause for it. So your body just decides that it's just going crazy. And then it's just attacking your melanocytes.
It sounds like it's almost similar to what we would call an autoimmune disease, you know, where the body kind of mistakes its own makeup and starts attacking certain things.
Definitely.
Marian, I'm glad you're here because, like we said, 1% of the population. It's not a lot of people that will go through this, but which makes it so important that there is a focus on this, you know, and a day like this. Tell us about your journey. I mean, where it started for you and how you kind of, you know, just experienced it. I mean, from the beginning to where you are now.
Okay, so I first noticed my first spot. It was under the right side of my lip. It was incredibly tiny. That was in 2004. And I just brushed it off to the fact that because I'm anemic, I have a different autoimmune disease, anemia, and I thought, it's just anemia, I lack iron. I visited the doctor. He said, you know what, this is not a lack of iron, go see a dermatologist. And in 2015, March of 2015, I was diagnosed with vitiligo. And to say it was the hardest time in my life would be an understatement. I'm the first person in my family to be diagnosed with vitiligo. I'm the first, I've never met anyone with vitiligo. So as a result of being diagnosed, I was also diagnosed with depression and anxiety because more than it affects the body, it affects the mind. I literally locked myself in the room for a good year. And eventually when I decided to leave my room, I covered up with more makeup than you can imagine. So I think the hardest part about vitiligo is how it affects you mentally, not physically.
Can I ask, what was the moment of change for you in terms of acceptance? What happened at that stage of your life? Because, I mean, like you said, psychologically, it must have been incredibly difficult, but there was a change for you.
There was a change. You know, I was locked in my room for more than a year. I was feeling very sorry for myself, and then I started going to therapy. And I found out what a self-love journey is, and I slowly went on that path. And a lot of people always ask me, like, what is the key to a self-love journey?
Right.
And as much as it is having a bubble bath, going on a girl's trip, or pampering yourself, I've realized the number one important thing in a self-love journey is finding out, calling yourself out on your own nonsense. What role am I playing to cause my misery? And together with the help of my therapist, it was a game changer, you know? And the day that I stopped wearing makeup, I went out in public and I was signed to a modeling agency.
Fantastic, man.
And it's always, you know, they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And I'll tell you for a fact that my boyfriend loved my skin long before I could even accept it. And so many people thought it was so beautiful, but I saw the issue with it. And yeah, I just think if you can accept yourself and you can love yourself, like, anything is possible.
I love that. And I love that it started with you, right? We're definitely going to continue this conversation in a bit, but I just wanted to ask you one quick question, Doc, about the misconceptions around it. I know across the continent, people actually lose their lives just because of misconceptions. So if you could just tell us or touch on it a bit, what are the misconceptions around vitiligo?
One of the greatest ones is that only black people or people of skin of color will get vitiligo, other people don't. It happens with all the races, any ethnicity, anyone can get. And also people think that it is contagious, so they don't want to touch people that have got vitiligo. It is not contagious at all. And then one of the crazy ones is like when somebody have got vitiligo comes across you, you have to look the other way, because if you have an eye contact with them, you are going to be getting it. And other people think that it is leprosy, or it is albinism, whereas it is not. So there's a whole lot of things that are associated with it that are wrong. So that is why we are here today, to make people aware that, you know what, it's all wrong.
Absolutely. I love that. Dr. Gancho, thank you very much, man. Thank you very much for sharing your story. We are not done with you guys. We still have a lot to uncover. But if it comes to you, if you have any questions or you need advice, perhaps you know of someone or perhaps yourself are going through something like this and you really need that advice, tune in to Expresso in just a little bit, and also connect with us on our socials. We'll be back with Dr. Gancho and Marian in just a bit.
And of course, we're on the search for inspirational spirit animal type people this morning, and I think we have found our first, so keep inspiring us. But right now, we're going to stay in this medical lane, but speak about those kind of first responders, the ones that we go to first. It's the time of the week that I love, Pharmacy of the Week, a feature that we absolutely embraced, where we salute the remarkable individuals leading the charge in healthcare. I think just a little tribute to these fearless champions, proudly brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, the sponsors of Brave. So let's meet this week's family behind the Pharmacy of the Week.
Our pharmacies are on the front line of healthcare. This is Pharmacy of the Week.
This pharmacy has been here for longer than 50 years, serving our community. We expect high quality service, friendly faces, helpfulness, availability of stock, and good healthcare. It's not a job for me, it's more as a calling for the community. Having a direct impact on their health gives me obviously the opportunity to play a role in their healthcare, to live happier and healthier lives.
Some of the great moments are helping mums with small children. I absolutely love that, making a difference, whether it's something small like a ringworm and we can offer a quick, fast-acting ringworm cream, or breaking a child's fever that's having fits. I'd also say helping someone like who went to the clinic, got medication, and they don't know anything about it, what it's for, why they're taking it, even if they've got duplicates. And then they come to us and we can just explain everything to them, right, what it's for, and the joy on their faces that they can finally understand their treatment. Yeah, that's pretty rewarding.
I've grown up in a community, and therefore the community became my family. I always wanted to give back to this community, and the pharmacy made it possible for me. For the past 17 years, I've been working here in this pharmacy, giving back to the community, doing what I love, helping all the people.
Pharmacy of the Week, proudly brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave.
Carenza Parasite, proudly brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave.
Oh, and I got to say, after Carl was so sick last week, and I think I hit that at the end of last week, that over-the-counter saved my life. So thank you to Ian, my pharmacist, and all the pharmacists doing the most at this time of the year, making such a big difference in our communities. We appreciate you. Well, I want you to stick around. We're going to continue with our medical discussion this morning, but it's more of a human chat, really. And we are talking about vitiligo this morning. We're getting into the lived experience and what you need to know, and we are busting some fallacies around the condition as well, and how you can embrace it confidently, because today's show is about inspiring you to embrace life in as many ways as possible. So keep inspiring us and ask any questions that you have. You can hit us up on our socials. Then, of course, we need to make a choice between two gorgeous puffer jackets. Your last chance to get online and vote for Carissa's jacket this morning. Two great puffer jacket options, courtesy of Woolies. Which one do you think she should be adorning today? Well, you can let us know on the socials, and we'll make that decision on the other side of this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're tuned into your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, right here on S3. We are broaching a very important conversation. We are continuing our conversation this morning with dermatologist Dr. Nompelo Gancho and Marian de Vos, who further explore the impact of vitiligo and the importance of awareness and acceptance. A day set aside for this incredible, I think, discussion. Thank you very much once again for joining us. It's wonderful. So we heard from you a little bit about what vitiligo is. Now, current treatments for vitiligo, what are there out there at the moment? As a dermatologist, what do you see? And I think in the same breath, lifestyle changes and you know, that can help manage vitiligo.
Yeah. So unfortunately, there's no cure for it. However, there are some treatments that are available that can help to control the vitiligo. So one of them is topical steroids. So one can apply that to stop the inflammation on the skin. And one can also use steroid-sparing medication, especially when they have vitiligo on their faces, and phototherapy. So when one have got more patches of vitiligo, especially on the body, then they can get the phototherapy that helps also to bring back the color on the skin. And then life-changing. When you have vitiligo, the problem is your skin is not protected from the sun. So sun protection is important. Remember, your melanin protects you from the sun. So one needs to you wear a sunscreen all the time. And also some people, like Marian said earlier on, that she was covering herself with makeup, so other people cannot accept. So we do have water-resistant makeup that one can apply on, or one can just use a self-tanning spray to try and cover up. So those are basically the things that one can do.
Yeah, and I love, Marian, the road that you've walked, because you are now in a place where you celebrate being different, and you've been doing amazing things as well. What do you know now of beauty and acceptance when it comes to your own personal space?
What I've learned after being diagnosed with vitiligo and walking this long journey is that there truly is a space for everyone, you know, whether you're plus size, whether you have vitiligo, whether you have any type of condition, there's a space for all of us, and beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So take that space up. And also with the beauty industry now, you know, they're more accommodating. When I was diagnosed, all I saw was Instagram models and people with Snapchat filters. And I think that also really broke me down, because I thought that there's only one way to be beautiful. And being diagnosed with vitiligo and fully embracing my skin condition, I've learned that there's so many different ways and forms that one can be beautiful.
Yeah, and you're such an advocate for, you know, your own personal story and journey, because, you know, people might be seeing you right now. It's like, you know what, she's accepting it, it's beautiful, and we love seeing that. But, I mean, it did take you to a very dark place
100%.
In your life.
It was incredibly dark. As I previously mentioned, I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety. I'm very open with the fact that I tried to take my life twice. It gets so isolating when, especially when there's no one that you can look to, when none of your friends or family have it, you know. I only discovered Winnie Harlow, the supermodel, I think 2 years into my journey. I only discovered the support groups on Instagram and Facebook quite late into my journey. So again, I can't emphasize the importance of seeing a therapist, of speaking to someone. And I know there's a lot of that, and having that support, speaking to someone. And I know that there's still a lot of misconceptions around therapy, like only mad people go to it. I like to say that the healthiest people go to therapy.
There we go.
So if you're struggling, speak to someone, reach out. I promise you, I've reached out to so many people with vitiligo on Instagram when I was getting into it, and I promise you, they're going to respond to you.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we're a community, we're 1% of the world's population. And I just want anyone that has recently been diagnosed with vitiligo to know that, like, it's okay. And if it's not okay, it's not the end. And I think something that's helped me a lot is that I like to believe that I'm God's canvas. He chose to paint my body.
Yes.
And yeah, so just know if you're not okay, it really does get better.
You see, and I think you speak the truth here in terms of, you know, the first thing that I think from a human nature you want to do is lock yourself away because you are dealing with something very difficult. But that is technically the worst thing that you can do.
It's the worst thing.
You came out, you spoke about it, and you embraced it. Dr. Ganshu, from a dermatologist point of view, beyond medical treatments, and so what other support do you offer, you know, when a patient presents with something like vitiligo?
Yeah, so I think for all of us as dermatologists, awareness is the most important thing that we need to give to the people, not just those that are affected by the disorder, but also just to everyone else to know that it is not contagious. And therapy, definitely. So I think one of the important things that I do when people come to me, I have to give education. They need to know what is wrong with them, what can they do to help themselves for it not to progress, and also what can they do to help to repigment their skin. And they need to talk to someone. That is very important. So you advise them whom to see. Therapy, family and friends also can be one of those people that can help the person that have got a disorder to deal with the problem. So awareness is important, and people need to talk to someone. So you need to be able to tell them to go through all of that,
Dr. Ganshu, thank you very much for unpacking it and making us understand vitiligo a little bit better. And Marian, for you, for being that shining light
Thank
for
you
so
so
many
much.
people out there. I don't even think you know how many people you are touching, with your story as well. So keep shining that light, and thank you for being here and being so open and honest with us this morning. Thank you so much. So there you have it. It's important: beauty, acceptance, and self-empowerment. That is what it's all about. Doesn't matter your circumstances. I mean, here we can see a first-hand example of somebody that literally changed her life, and the minute she did, the doors swung wide open for you, which is amazing. Continue that chat. If you have any more questions, connect with us on social media.
Thank you.
Absolutely love that. Thank you so much. A beautiful discussion. I love that 1% of the entire world's population. Think about that. That's the community, the family you have around you right now. But right now, we needed you guys at home to be our broader family around Carissa. Why? Because she needed a little help choosing between two awesome, let's be honest, puffer jackets, a hooded puffer and then a faux fur long line puffer jacket. I think I know which one she would lean towards, but let's see where you guys are drifting towards. Both very, very cool. Mark Gavin weighing in saying a faux fur long line puffer jacket with a raised collar and a velvety inner. She will look stunning. I agree with you, Mark, 100%. And Tuli saying Tuesday Expresso show styled by Woolies, option 2. Boom, simple as that. Let's see, Lady saying number 2, Virginia weighing in option 2. I think we have an out-and-out favorite starting to get her nose out in front. Linda Tolo saying good morning Expresso team, definitely option 2. I love watching Expresso show. Linda Tolo, we love the fact that you love watching. Well, I think we have a resounding winner in our competition this morning, but let's bring it in to see it in all its splendor. Da, da, da. I've actually been watching her mince up and down the studio. I don't know what you think you were doing or who you thought you were was watching you a moment ago.
The jacket, it's got me acting different.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It is beautiful.
Isn't it stunning?
It's very cool.
You know what I really love about this jacket, besides the length that I think is stunning, I love that it cinches in at the waist, which you don't really get, but that is adjustable. You've got some buttons over here that you can kind of pull it in, and then it's got a hood. I feel like Jenny from the block right now. And it's also something you can remove, so that's really great. And it just provides extra warmth. Gray, just feel this right now.
Oh, it is. It's beautiful. And what I love about this is if you're going to have a bulky jacket, make it be stylish.
Yes, exactly.
You're not just wearing it for the sake of being warm, but it needs to build and add to the look. Absolutely gorgeous, and I do agree with you. You need the cinch waist. When your waist is busy cinching, you need a cinched waist. Okay, exactly, girl. Great choice. And I think, is this the one you would have chosen for yourself?
I would have chosen this one. I love the green, but I think this just kind of elevated just a little bit more. And considering I was wearing quite a casual outfit, I felt like we've just got to climb up a couple of levels, you know?
It all works. It sings. You know her too well. Thank you so much. Great choice this morning. You can dial up the warmth with the perfect puffer and to suit anybody's style. You can shop these jackets, coats, and a whole lot more at Woolies right now, in-store, online, on the app, or if you see Carissa walking down the street, you can just admire and smile and wave. Say something nice.
Big love is in the tiny details. Every second, every look, every stitch. The details make the difference.
Good choice, South Africa. Good choice. Carissa, you look stunning in that jacket. Although I would have also gone for the green one.
Yeah.
It looks lovely.
Yeah, the green looks good on me.
The green, but at least we have some green now in studio, which is amazing. Lorenzo Darius, ladies and gentlemen, he's here. He's very excited. He almost just wants to scrum everything and anything this morning. But you see what I'm saying?
No. We're doing cricket, eh?
We're doing cricket, yes. The T20 Men's World Cup. So we're talking about that. And also, of course, we are talking some rugby.
Yes.
The URC final, some highlights there. Vibala and the Glasgow Warriors. Kyk hoe hulle al klaar. Moenie worry nie. We'll bring you all the insight and why he is shedding a tear this morning. If you've missed it, we'll be right back. Moenie worry nie, bra. It's okay. We'll see.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we talk a little sport after what was a bumper weekend of sport that's just turned into a month of amazing cricket, rugby and everything else. But let's focus on a little T20 World Cup magic. The semi-final spots of the T20 World Cup are almost set. The Proteas, of course, securing their place by defeating the West Indies in their last Super 8 match. It was rain-affected, and that normally means doom and gloom for us, but we made it through. And then, of course, in Group 1, we've got India topping that table after a 24-run win over Australia. That was a last-ditch attempt from their side as well. And then Afghanistan battling Bangladesh for their first semi-final spot. So India will take on England. The Proteas will clash against either Australia or Bangladesh. I know which we're hoping for, and then or Afghanistan rather. And he had to chat to us about the tournament, which has been quite surprising. Lorenzo Durries. Buddy, it's difficult to wrap our heads around this one and I think the IPL kind of threw us off our game because it was a batters tournament.
Yes.
The scores were record-breaking in almost every match.
Yeah.
Then we suddenly get onto these new pitches that have never been used before or set up completely differently. So let's get an overview of the T20 World Cup as it stands at the moment. Are you impressed with the way the hosts have embraced it? I mean, USA's performance throughout deserves a massive, massive nod. Kudos to them because they came from nowhere and showed their mettle. But the tournament, pretty exciting.
Yeah, not a batter's paradise, if I can put it like that. Lots of the bigger guys struggling. But you know what? During the Rugby World Cup, we were winning by 1 point, and I feel the same with what's happening with the Proteas at the moment. But let's give it for the likes of India, that's just been cruising along. England, the defending champions, a bit up and down with their performance. We thought we were not going to see them, and now they find themselves in the semi-final. Who would have thought that the United States would be able to beat a powerhouse like Pakistan and knock them out? That's what dreams are made of when it comes to a World Cup, eh?
And there's something about, and you know what this is going to mean in terms of other young players adopting the sport. Absolutely love it. Maybe the T20 version is delivering on the promise of expanding the game. I think more people are embracing it in that sense. Okay, so you mentioned the name India. Are they the team to beat? Can you see a team beating this Indian side on balance?
Yeah, I think that at this point in time, after watching Rohit Sharma, I'm very scared. The man is just brilliant in what he does. It's like watching an artist paint.
It's like watching a Sachin Tendulkar, and I know you use that name very, very lightly.
Yeah,
but
I try not to.
With Bumrah, with the balance that they have on the bowling and the batting, is starting to feel like a golden era team.
Yes, golden era team. And their bowling is so, it's well-oiled, if I can put it like that. Because when the spinners are performing, the next game your pace bowlers are performing as well. So it's like, let's take a chance. You know? Let me go in and then we take over. It's just a well-oiled machine at the moment with India. And they just, again, cruising along.
They're obviously going to have to, at some point, the Proteas are going to have to prove themselves against the big guns in this tournament. We've maybe had an easy-ish run up until this point.
Has it?
Well, I say in terms of who we faced. We never make it easy for ourselves. Let's talk about from the captaincy's perspective. What do you make of Aidan's role as captain and how that impacts him as a player?
Yeah, 7 out of 7 at the moment, doing absolutely well. He's batting not that great. Some people calling it out. But if we look at it, I think Faf du Plessis was one of the last captains to actually perform really well with bat and with that responsibility at a World Cup. So there's a lot of pressure. It's not just about him going out and knocking a quick 5
I don't mind if he's not getting the knocks if we're winning every match,
if we're winning.
To be honest.
But we also need to give it for, you know, the mental coach that we have in the team at the moment. I think it's Tim Squibb Dawson, former head coach of the Ikeys as well. He's been, as they call, the head doctor in sports for quite a few years. He's dealt with high-performance athletes at Western Province Rugby. And if you look at the composure of Jansen and Kagiso Rabada, and then also our bowlers coming out, like you need someone like that, and we've been calling for it for the last 10 years. You as well, you've been an advocate to have that mental coach there.
We need it. We need it for these guys because it's such a long game. Cricket, in terms of how these players need to grow and develop themselves within that broader perspective of the squad. So I feel there's balance in this Proteas squad. When we look at the minnows that are playing through, Afghanistan, I know, have a very special place in your heart.
Yeah, they do. There's just something about that Afghanistan Indian team and Rashid Khan. They're struggling at the moment. The last time I saw, I think it was Bangladesh, they found themselves on 89 I think for the last of 7. It could be less, but they are slowly but surely moving closer. It could be that Australia goes through. So I feel for Afghanistan, they did really well beating Australia, and I feel like that's the thing about this game, is the fact that you can beat the biggest teams and then, you just don't make it to your first semi-final.
That's what it is. It's T20. It's unforgiving. Do you think this is ours to win?
It has to be. But we need to then beat India in the final come the 29th. So we're probably taking on Australia, which is not going to be an easy feat. We should work on the fact that we can do it, and we've done it before. India should take England.
I have no doubt that they'll do that, and I have no doubt that we'll meet them in that final, and I love it. But now, speaking of finals, and I'm sorry, it's probably a little too soon to be broaching this one, but we have to shift gears now. The United Rugby Championship Grand Finale, it delivered, but it broke some hearts. Took place at Loftus Versfeld last Saturday, and with the Bulls up against, well, the Glasgow Warriors, who were every bit the Scottish Warrior outfits. Our very own sports producer, Lorenzo Doris, was there with our amazing friends at World Sports Betting to get in on all the gears and see which team dominated the crowds, at least. Take a look at this.
After 18 weeks of league action, quarterfinal as well as a semi-final, we are at the grand finale at Loftus Versfeld. It is the Bulls taking on the Glasgow Warriors, and we've been invited by our friends at World Sport Betting to join in this magnificent final. All right, so we're joined here by Bob Yam, the head of hospitality for World Sports Betting. And Bob, firstly, I must say congratulations. This is an absolutely amazing suite. What work went into this?
To start off with the two Irish teams getting beat last Saturday, we thought this was less than a 50% chance of happening. But the Bulls won, then Glasgow won, and Munster last Saturday night. So then starting off on Sunday morning, basically last week, we realised that we're going to have to kick into action to plan an event for about 85 people a day in the suite. So this whole week, starting from Sunday last week, after we got the Munster result, we've been working on it, and obviously the climax is today with all of the people in the suite and the box, and well worth it in the end. It's a great atmosphere, a great day, and we're very, very happy with it.
We've got one of the winners, Brian Crowcamp here. Brian, tell me, how does it feel to be here at Loftus for the URC Grand Finale, and your team is in the final as well?
No, it's absolutely amazing, man. It's a wonderful experience just to be part of this, and yeah, Blue Bulls go. That's all that I can say. It's absolutely amazing. It's a dream come true for me.
It's Lionel Mapu. He's played for the Bulls, he's played for the Springboks. How does it feel to see your team out in this final this evening?
Everybody comes out here tonight to support the Vodacom Bulls, and the atmosphere, you can actually feel it already. Just to be here tonight to support my team, that's an amazing feeling.
The support has been exceptional this year. South African teams just dominating. We've come into this competition and we've just blown everyone away.
I mean, we South Africans, you know, whichever competition we enter, we're going to be a force to be reckoned with, and to have like an awesome partner like World Sports Betting like behind us and backing us, that's amazing.
How does it feel to have this final year in Pretoria?
I love it. I cannot believe I'm here. I'm so excited. We are in front. I cannot wait for the second half.
Yeah, and tell me, you know, you've got the tray on, you've been at the games, you're full on support of the Bulls. What does this mean for Pretoria to have, you know, this team here and get to the final?
I think they love it. It's amazing. The crowd is here. We are supporting them, and we think we're going to win. We know we're going to win.
This is our 8th to 10th game here this season. Each time we were here, we're winning. So we're not here just for charity. We're here because we support them, we believe in them, and they will take us home tonight.
Yeah, it's very exciting. The atmosphere is great.
It's very nice. This is my second game I've been to.
So we're joined by Dale Martin. He came all the way from Scotland for this URC final between the Bulls and the Glasgow Warriors. Dale, Tell me, how does it feel?
We've been made to feel so welcome. There's probably only me and another 2 or 3 people, Scottish guys, in here, and it's absolutely brilliant. If you actually come here, it's like being at all the 6 nations all rolled into one. The passion for rugby is immense. The whole day, we've had an absolute ball. Keep South African teams in this competition.
I was here for was the Stormers game, but a full stadium, nothing beats that. I definitely think the Bulls are bringing this one home for the league. The crowd is outstanding, the team is excellent, I'm just very happy to be here.
That's it for the URC season here at Loftus Versfeld. Bittersweet moment for the Bulls, losing out to the Glasgow Warriors from Scotland, 21-16. Jake White has promised that the Bulls will be better, and they'll definitely be back. We'll have to wait and see for the new season coming up in September.
Oh, man, can we just... I'm so sorry, man. There was just a brief moment there where we saw Lorenzo's true colours come out. We were standing alone in the stands. It was like, nah! Thank you for bringing us all the chaos that was still there. So I think kudos to the Bulls fans for showing up, for being there and backing their team when they really needed it. Hardies, man. Oh, what a team. The Glasgow Warriors just showed that warrior spirit, man. That was incredible.
What can you do? Well, listen, speaking about a warrior spirit, we have somebody coming into studio that has just that. His name is Clem, and I can't wait to get into the kitchen with him. I don't know if it's going to be me, but I'm going to force my way in because we're talking all things air fryer ready recipes and meals ready for you. So we're going to show you that goodness. It already looks delicious.
Yeah,
and
breakfast sorted. And then we're also going to be talking about how you should go about dealing with congestion. We're not talking about traffic or wet roads or anything like that. Yes, you know what I'm saying. After the break, stick around. We're taking care of you.
Drained? Dehydrated? You have lost more than just fluid. Recover faster. Add Rehydrate, SA's #1 oral electrolyte mixture.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, and thank you for joining us this morning in the Feel Good Breakfast Show. So, crisp and convenient. Yes, air fryers are kitchen essentials that offer quick, easy and convenient meal solutions, and Woolworths understands that we don't always have time for meal prep, because it's true. So their chefs have created flavorful vegetable sides made from the best quality ingredients for you to enjoy at home. And the best part? You just need to heat it up in your air fryer. This morning, Chef Clem is here to tell us more. Chef Clem, good morning, my friend. Let's start right at the beginning. Why?
When? How far back?
No, right now, here, right here at the top.
Wow.
Because I'm standing here next to a very fancy air fryer that looks beautiful. Why do we need one in our homes? Come on, Chef.
Look, to be honest with you, I'm not saying air fryers are cheap. I know they're not. But I've had mine since 2010. Since 2010.
They
and
last.
she's going strong, and it's all about the convenience. Of course. Because she provides. There we go. It's all about the convenience and the fact that there's so many ingredients out there that, number one, require you to get the best out of it. You need an oven.
Yeah.
To switch your oven on just for one element of a dish, it's a waste,
We
right?
know electricity nowadays, it's pricey,
Absolutely.
people.
So it's all about that convenience. It's always about getting food on the table in record time. But the biggest thing for me, which we don't highlight all the time, is how it transforms leftovers into miraculous dishes. Specifically potatoes. Leftover potatoes for me in the air fryer.
It rejuvenates them to their former glory of the night
When
before.
I roast potatoes, I always roast so much more, just because I know tomorrow I'm going to have the extras that can go to the air fryer. It does really just enhance the flavor, texture of food. It's amazing. So Woolies have also come up with a range that's just ideal
Chat
for the
to us
air
about
fryer.
this brand new air fryer ready range.
And again, it's all about that convenience. It's all about, at the end of the day, you want to get something yummy, delicious on the table. But you don't want to be spending hours in the kitchen. It's not happening.
Nobody's got time for that nowadays.
Nobody has time for that.
Nobody's got time
so,
for that.
when it comes to dinner, what's quite nice is having like a platter-style meal, and I like doing it during the week. We normally keep it for weekends, but having this like platter-style meal during the week just creates a bit of a yes.
Yes.
I love it. So we're going to talk about the protein, which is our chicken that we're going to make in the air fryer. But to go with that, we've got our cauliflower pops, which come with the mayonnaise sachet. These are delicious. Now,
the kids are going to love them.
Yeah, I was about to say the kids are going to love them, but these are so addictive. It's so good. It's so delicious.
If there's any left over for the kids.
If there's any left over for the kids. The kids can then have, we've got the sweet potato and apple bites.
Sweet potato and apple
bites. Is it savory? Is it sweet? I don't know, but what it is delicious. It's really good.
Let's go with that.
That comes with the drizzle itself. And then we've got the butternut and spinach fritters as well. It's a whole lot of veggies. I think Woolies are so smart. They know that we're trying to get like a whole lot of veggies into kiddies' diets and adults' diets. True story. This is a great way to do that. It's packed full of veggies, but it's texture. It's texture, which is the biggest thing. So let's talk about our chicken.
So talk to me about the chicken, my friend.
Okay, so
because I want this one to look like that one.
We can do it even better in real time. No, it's checking. We don't have half an hour. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna season our chicken. And the thing about chicken, if you can season it before the time, it's a completely different presentation.
Right.
Different flavor, different texture. So marinating chicken ahead of time is amazing.
All right,
so,
show me.
In our bowl, olive oil. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of make the bowl. Everything's gonna happen in the bowl. The chicken's just gonna go for a little swim.
Okay.
Cool. So olive oil goes in. Do you wanna roll that for me a little bit?
I can.
There we go. To that we're gonna add salt. And don't be scared. Chicken's quite dense. You need salt.
You need the salt.
Also, by seasoning ahead of time, it's almost like we're brining the chicken. The salt's gonna really get in there, start like tenderizing the chicken, releasing all those juices.
Yes.
Actually, no, all the pepper. All the pepper.
All the pepper.
Oregano. We're gonna play around with herbs. Now, herbs are great because Raul will tell you there's no calories in herbs.
That's it.
There we go. So go crazy with the herbs. So oregano. Ooh, that lemon. That lemon.
Can you smell it?
You can. I would normally take the zest off, but it's fine today. Just imagine I've added the zest. Okay. A little bit of rosemary. Rosemary and chicken, we know best friends. And again, that's why the lemon's also going in there. The flavors are just amazing with chicken. A little bit of thyme.
Do you want me to just,
show them the forearm strength. There we go. And it's all because you roll the lemon. You actually break the cells inside the lemon, and you get more juice out of it. I don't mind the pip in there.
No, why not? No, it's natural.
Remember when we grew up and then people, if you swallow watermelon seed, the watermelon's going to grow. Remember that? It's a fact. It's a fact.
I never had that problem, though.
No?
No.
Never.
Never.
A little bit of thyme goes in. Then what are we missing? I could go a little bit. I love the, again, lemon. We're going to go with the lemon and herb marinade.
Lots of lemon.
There we go. In it goes. And I'm going to give it a little mix. And our chicken's going to just go for like a little toss. little roll in the marinade.
Little swim.
There we go. And again, do this ahead of time, and honestly, it's so different. So
while you do this, I need to ask you now. Let's say you invest in a beautiful air fryer that looks magnificent on your kitchen counter. Tips for easy cleaning.
Let's actually do it right now.
Because we're going to put that in there now, right? But we want to make sure that we can clean it afterwards, but also prevent it, the food particles and that from becoming a problem.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because that creates smoke.
Exactly.
If you have little extra bits of particles of food and fat in there, as it heats up, it's going to start smoking. So you do want to keep your air fryer clean.
Right.
A great way to do that is we'll use these the basket liners for the air fryer. And I love them. I recently did, just so you know, South Africa, that was not on marble, that was on a paper towel. I recently did nachos in the air fryer, and the thing about nachos in the air fryer is you got saucy stuff in there, you got a lot happening in there.
Right.
So you need to somehow keep it all contained.
Look at that.
You need to keep it all contained, and how I did it was actually just building the nachos inside the basket liner. So, there we go.
So just like that.
So we're not gonna cause any splatter. We're going to get our chicken and keep that marinade. You can keep on basting it. So chicken goes in. It goes back into the air fryer, so in the little nest, so there's no splatter, there's no marinade all over the inside of your basket, everything's contained. And then when you're done, and it's non-stick obviously, when you're done, you just toss it out. But these are really cool. I mean, I've used it for so many things besides just air fryers. I really love them.
The things that get me excited in my 40s.
You know, paper towel. Yeah. Paper towel, toilet paper on special, and liners. Everybody's nodding. All the adults are nodding. And liners for your air fryer. These are the things that get us excited. It really is.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Clem, thank you very much. I mean, look at the spread. I mean, can you imagine having that for dinner? It's about convenience. It's about time saving. And you can get all of this in store at the Woolies and also on the Woolies app.
Of course.
It's there for you. And once again, healthy. We always say, deep fry, but air fry. There we have it. You're such a legend. Where you leave me hanging now? What's going on
Oh,
here?
no, sorry, never. No.
With just 2 minutes after 7 o'clock, let's have a look at what's happening in your world of news. In national headlines, identifying the victims of the accident that claimed 11 lives in Dalmas and Mpumalanga is expected to begin soon. They died when a truck converted into a bus collided with a minibus taxi on the R42 yesterday. 23 survivors were rushed to the Bernice Samuel Hospital in Dalmas. 2 of them have since been airlifted to the Ermelo Hospital. They're reported to be in a critical condition. Now, the minibus taxi was en route to Mozambique when the accident happened, and police have launched an investigation into the cause of the accident. Police in the Northern Cape have arrested some 300 suspects as part of the Operation Chanela. Police spokesperson Cheryl Erlis said this included more than 100 suspects wanted in connection with serious crimes such as robbery, murder, rape and assault with the intent to seriously injure. Some 250 suspects were also arrested for crimes such as the illegal possession of firearms, drug dealing, robbery and attempted murder. More than 20,000 people were stopped and searched. Officers seized drugs, counterfeit goods and weapons. Now, moving on to some international news, Russia has blamed the US and vowed consequences for a Ukrainian missile strike on Sevastopol in occupied Crimea on Sunday, which killed 4 people, including 2 children. Some 150 were wounded in the attack as missile debris fell on a beach nearby. Russia's defense ministry said the missiles used by Ukraine were US-supplied ATACMS missiles and claimed they were programmed by US specialists. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov called the strike barbaric and accused the US of killing Russian children. Now, the head of the United Nations Children's Agency, UNICEF, says Sudan is one of the worst places in the world for children. Catherine Russell said Sudan's children were suffering immensely from the country's brutal civil war. Russell says it now has the largest displacement of children anywhere, with millions facing malnutrition and most not in school. Both warring parties, the Sudanese army and a parliamentary group called the Rapid Support Forces, are restricting the delivery of desperately needed aid. Now, closing up this hour of news with some feel-good stories. In celebration of Youth Month, the Department of Science and Innovation has announced that 8 young South African postgraduates are heading to the prestigious 73rd Lindau Nobel Laureate meeting in Germany from Sunday to the 5th of July. This exciting event will bring together some 600 young scientists and 30 Nobel laureates from across the world to dive into quantum physics, energy solutions, and AI in physics. The chosen students hail from, among other, the University of Venda, UCT, Northwest University, the UNISA, as well as, it's just UNISA, nominated by the Academy of Science of South Africa and funded by the Department of Science and Innovation. The department's acting Director General, Dan de Toy, emphasized the students' bright future in science. A couple minutes after 7 o'clock, that wraps up your news. Let's head into your sports.
Thank you so much, Carissa. Let's dive right in with our T20 update. And Rohit Sharma's explosive 92 of 41 balls led India to a 24-run victory over Australia in St. Lucia, securing their T20 World Cup semi-final spot. And they certainly are owning that title as tournament favourites. Sharma's innings featuring 7 fours and 8 sixes powered India to 205 for 5. I think probably the biggest total we've seen. And Australia replied with 181 for 7 with Arshdeep Singh, destroyer-in-chief there, 3 for 37. So India will face defending champions England in Thursday's semi-final in Guyana. Now let's turn to rugby and some news circulating out of the international window as Australian referee Angus Gardner has withdrawn from officiating the Springboks Test series against Ireland for personal reasons. So he'll be replaced as a result by English referee Luke Pearce. This change has prompted a bit of a reshuffling of referees for the international July window now. The match between South Africa and Ireland will take place at Loftus Versfeld in Pretoria on Saturday the 6th of July. That's 2 weeks' time, obviously, this year. Now let's look at the long game and, of course, the Olympics just around the corner, and the Blitzboks are headed there, fresh from their Monaco success. They'll be facing a tough draw for the Paris Olympic Games, placed in a very difficult pool with New Zealand, Ireland and Japan. So despite their recent dip in form, they're going to have to put it behind them as the Blitzboks will compete in one of 3 very challenging pools. Hosts France, featuring Antoine Dupont. I think they're going to be tournament favourites. They're definitely drawn with Fiji in Pool C, while World Series champions Argentina, they'll face Australia, Samoa and Kenya. Now let's turn to football, and Matthias Zaccagni's stunning last-minute goal secured Italy a 1-1 draw against Croatia, propelling them into the Euro 2024 knockouts from Group B. So Italy finishing second behind Spain, I think definitely the tournament favourites at this stage. They'll now face Switzerland in the last 16, whereas Croatia with only 2 points on the brink of elimination. They do still, however, have the slimmest chance of progressing as one of the 4 best third-place teams, depending on some other results and obviously goal difference coming into play there. But it's all heating up in the Euros, and we love it. And that's where we leave our sport for now. We'll touch on those headlines again around 8 o'clock. Let's see if the roads are waking up and how we can get you to work safely.
Thank you so much, Graham. Nothing too crazy out on the roads. In Cape Town, there has been an accident on the N1, and that's at Wingsfield. The centre lane is closed and delays are expected. So if you're in the area, please approach there with caution, and in general, be safe on the roads. Let's get into weather. First and foremost, some water news. Rand Water has assured Gauteng residents that they will have water that is available during a 37-day infrastructure maintenance project. And this is during this time that residents may occasionally experience low water pressure or have no water supply, but mobile and stationary water tanks will be deployed in areas affected. Meanwhile, Cape Town Metro's Water and Sanitation Department has confirmed that the urgent planned maintenance work on the water pipeline network on the Cape Flats has begun. Now, water pipelines are being drained, which can lead to residents having low water pressure or, in some cases, even no water, but water tankers will be available at strategic locations. The water cuts in 28 areas are expected to last until Wednesday, the 3rd of July. That is it from our weather news. Right now, let's take a first look at our sunrise view of the hour. This one was sent in by Bianca all the way from J Bay. Look at that. Bianca, thank you very much. What a sunrise. Beautiful indeed. Thank you very much for supporting us. Definitely makes us smile this morning, seeing that beautiful sunrise over the ocean. Really appreciate Bianca. Have yourself a blessed week. And for the rest of you, please continue sharing your morning views with us on our WhatsApp line 0634088863. And with that, here's your temperatures.
Uppington, I love you. I just don't want you to think that I've forgotten about you. Have an amazing day. Well, the rest of South Africa as well, but Uppington especially. Well, let's see if we can make it to one of those special kind of days. Make your winning move, play Powerball and Powerball Plus for 37 million rand in total estimated jackpots today.
Wow, well, don't get left behind now. Play Powerball for an estimated 30 million rand and Powerball Plus for an estimated 7 million rand today.
So how do you get your tickets? Well, first of all, you smile, okay? You just suck in all that good karma, and you walk in store and you get your ticket. Or you can go online, nationallottery.co.za. You can use their mobile app. You can buy through your cell phone banking app, guaranteed, or you can simply dial *120 *7529# for the old school USSD.
So many ways that you could win today. Please, please, as I said before, don't get left behind. We've posted all those details across our Expresso social media pages, so go ahead and check them out. Panda Pusher, Play Powerball and Powerball Plus for an estimated 37 million rand in total winnings today. You could be celebrating something big. I don't know. Could just be you today. We're also going to be celebrating big in studio. If there's one thing I love about working with Graham and Ewan, it's the wisdom that comes from these men. And in particular, serious.
Sorry, I'm trying to act
And in
wise.
particular, I want to know some life lessons from you guys. So we're going to be sharing all of those with you in a bit.
Luckily, we learn our life lessons through making mistakes. And I think we have made many, many mistakes along that way. Then, of course, we know around this time of the year, congestion, whether it's on the roads or whether it's in the nose, it is there. We can't help you with the traffic, but we can help you with your nose and your health and pushing back against the winter blues. And we'll start doing that on the other side of this. We'll see you now.
There are stories of strivers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Let's continue in the medical lane right now. And as winter, its chill sets in properly, so does the inevitable congestion. I know a lot of people suffering right now. Well, fear not. General practitioner Dr. Leila Kasim is here to guide us through understanding and alleviating it, because often just need to feel a little bit better so we can get back in the fight. And we know that very often there is no cure. The body's got to do it ourselves. So how about you? I've got to ask, in winter season, because we often forget your people as well. How do you keep yourself healthy and safe? She says with a cough.
Yeah, it's all about boosting your immune system and just filling your cup, as I usually say.
I love that. Fill your cup up. So let's dive right in with congestion specifically, because I feel like I've gone through 3 or 4 different phases of it. And obviously in our workplace, it really does matter. What is going on within the body when we start to feel congested?
So essentially, for example, when the weather changes, when it's becomes winter, our bodies sort of adapt to that temperature change, and our mucous membranes are inflamed. We develop increased mucus production, and in turn we can develop symptoms like postnasal drip, irritative cough, and then essentially congestion. And so those are basically the symptoms, and it's essentially the weather change and the environment, your immune system, which can allude to your symptoms.
And I think there's a psychosomatic element as well, because it almost feels like as soon as winter comes and you start seeing ads on TV, it's like your brain knows, okay, it's time for the onslaught to begin. It often starts and we ignore it, we just power through it, it's gonna go. What are the symptoms we need to be worried about? When should we start to think, okay, it's time to head to the pharmacist or it's time to head to the doctor and get a heavy hitter?
So I always say your body tells you, your body is going to show you what's wrong. So if you've got a runny nose, if you've developed a postnasal drip, a sore throat or a scratchy throat, or even a cough. So it can be a lower respiratory symptom like a more productive cough, or more upper respiratory sign like a postnasal drip, or more of an irritative cough. And then fevers, obviously, and as I said before, body aches and pains.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you're freezing cold, but you're sweating and vice versa, and the body's just trying to figure out what to do. And that's where I think the over-the-counter comes to bear for me, because sometimes you just need to feel a little bit better, and then your body, being the miracle worker that it is, can find a way to fight back. Something that really helped me, Expresso, over the counter this week has really helped me. I suppose because I've got such a nuanced understanding of so many of the products now through these journeys that we go on, I've been able to be quite specific. How does Expresso specifically work so well?
So Expresso is such a lovely way to alleviate your symptoms. It's essentially an expectorant and mucolytic cough syrup. So it does help lubricate your respiratory system and essentially loosen the mucus.
For sure. Yeah. And it's that, for me, what drives me insane here, and you'll be amazed, because we don't have a cough button on live TV. In radio, you can press the cough button and you can just cough. The amount of times you'll see one of us just go dead quiet as the tickle begins. You mentioned boosting the immune system, staying healthy. So how do we do that? Now that we're in the midst of winter, we can't go back in time, but for this main charge as we get through the heat of battle, what would you suggest to keep ourselves as strong and healthy as possible?
Yes, so I say fill your cup. It's about getting enough sleep, exercising regularly, having balanced meals, also keeping warm in winter, because that's essentially going to, your body's going to adapt to the cold weather, and then when it is quite cold, you develop like a runny nose or inflamed mucous membranes, so to keep warm as well. And then just these little over-the-counter remedies, they do help. But essentially, it's filling your cup and boosting your immune system.
I love that. Now, I often watch with the path of my 2 kids, I suppose, because my son was the first. He was the alpha test. He went in, and then my daughter, she's been able to build a much stronger immune system because he's been bringing stuff home for her, being the youngest sibling. To keep our kids safe, because we can't protect them. I know we're on holiday at the moment, but there was just, even when you're on holiday, wherever they go, there are thousands of other kids. How do we keep our kids safe and healthy? Because they kind of have to get sick in their path, but we want them to be able to stay as healthy and energetic and happy as possible. How do we protect them, do you reckon?
Yeah, so kids are going to get sick, and it's part of developing their immune system. So it's also just important to make sure that you boost their immune system as well. Obviously, you can't force a child to go and sleep or to go and eat something, but sort of fill their cup as well and make sure that they have their nap in the day or they sleep for enough hours in the day, you know, have a balanced meal. Make sure that you offer those things, that comfort for them as well. And then don't stress about the cold weather. I did mention that keep yourself warm, but also allow people or allow little ones to play outside and have enough exercise.
Because they're exposed to it, yeah.
Exactly. All those elements assist in boosting your immune system.
Yep, we're going to
strengthening it.
I have a feeling we're going to have the strongest immune systems ever after this winter. And I know I joke about it, but people going through some hectic, just strains of flu at the moment here in South Africa. So hopefully you will find some relief, and we'll do our part to make you feel just a little bit better. And we are doing that courtesy of a 4,000 Rand cash giveaway. If you reply to the competition post on the Expresso social media pages right now and tell us this: do you often struggle with a cough when you get sick with colds and flu? For some people, it hits hard. And how does XPGen help to treat it? And if you don't know, go and give it a try and you will see. Don't forget to hashtag #AdCocOTCWinter to qualify for this particular competition. With that amount of money, we're going to get a lot of entries, so make yours really good. But you can see all the T's and C's on expressoshow.com. Doc, thank you so much. Stay healthy throughout, because we need you, to all of those healthcare professionals, the doctors, the pharmacists, everyone looking after us during what is proving to be quite a challenging winter. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We love you and we appreciate you.
Moves fast and comes at us even quicker, but coffee gives you the permission to, of course, reset, savor the moment and hit pause.
It's time to hit pause with Jacobs.
And this morning, we are keeping things nice and toasty. If my pup is not enough, we're definitely going to indulge in some more. In particular, Jacobs Pure Instant Gold with a flavor profile catering to every single coffee lover. Have a sip, G. I heard you cough. Let it go down nicely. Is it delicious?
It is, but I've got a lot of foam, so I'm going to have a moustache at some point today. I have a feeling.
I love it. Take a sip and enjoy for this morning as we get into some wisdom. It's not even Wednesday, but we definitely are going to get into some good stuff. So I've got some questions for the table today.
Okay.
What is the one life lesson that has really impacted you and changed your life? I'm going to sit here with a pen because I'm going to take some notes. Yes.
With your biblical tablet and write it down.
I was going to say age before beauty, but I figured that would be horrible. Your life lessons. You know, this industry that we find ourselves in, I constantly think about it, you know, in terms of, you know, the different stages of where I've been and what we've been through. And for me, the life lesson, there's multiple. There's not only one life lesson, dude. There really is a lot. But it's very hard in this industry of ours, which we know could be quite hectic, to, you know, think about long-term plans and those kind of things. So I've learned not to worry too much.
Embrace.
And how do you do that, Ewan?
I sit and I embrace it, and I'm trying to be present as much as I can in everything that I do. Just absorbing all because we have some of the most beautiful moments and beautiful opportunities through our work
every day.
And every single day, and to be present in those moments and just not to worry too much about what tomorrow holds or the week after or the rest of your year even. It allowed me to I think approach what I do a little bit calmer than I used to be. I used to be very much on edge with regards to money and finances. Where's the next thing going to come from? What is going to be the next thing? And now you just realize, well, I love what I do, for one. I always try and do the best that I possibly can. I prepare, I try and exercise a lot, and those form part of one life lesson, which is where we are now.
For sure.
Which makes me happy.
Yes. Makes us happy too, because it means you're here, you are
Look
a
how calm I
seasoned
am.
professional,
I'm so
you're calm, you bring the good vibes.
He's the adult in this family, okay? And I've always looked up to you for that, because I know that you've got like an unwavering kind of that moral core never changes according to the situation. So I can always rely on you for a completely authentic response in the space, which is great. So I get that. And I'm glad you don't take yourself so seriously anymore, man.
Not
just
anymore.
for your own stress levels. You know, but one of the major lessons learned for me, and I'll distill it down to two things, because TV teaches you a lot of crazy things. So the one is very personal, okay? And this is a life lesson for every single person out there. Move. Move, move, move. Now, the crazy thing is you can spend weeks contemplating a mental issue, okay, and find no solution to it, thinking that you can't improve in your life. Get out of bed, walk 100 meters. Tomorrow morning, get out of bed, walk 200 meters. Your brain registers a success, the same kind of success as you had achieved it in business, financially, in work, in any other area, and it starts that neural pathway. Do it again the next day. Go 300 meters and. Just by moving. Obviously, all the other health benefits but it's the one thing you do have in your control. And you'll be amazed at how many of the people who have gone through that depression journey here, they say the most difficult thing to do is to get out of bed.
Absolutely.
It's not to climb the mountain, it's to take the first step. But that's movement. Just do it. It's something that you can take control of, undoubtedly. And then I will say this, okay, and this has been the algorithm of every person that we've interviewed on this show. Purpose. So often, it'll take a person trauma, tragedy, a lifetime of lessons being learned for them to discover their purpose, and that's a TV-worthy moment. Most of the people that we interview are here because they have found their purpose and it's taken a lifetime to get there. Why not start there? Start with your purpose. Figure it why you want to do what you want to do, what motivates you, and then everything else will fall into place. You can learn to do anything, absolutely anything. This job teaches us that. You can learn to jump out of a plane, swim with sharks, ride a horse, do whatever. But that's the easy part, picking up new skills. It's the purpose is where it all starts. So if you want to have a TV-worthy life, start with that. Discover the why of what you're doing.
Oh, I love it. I told you I'm going to take notes.
I just feel like I've asked myself a million questions based on that.
I know, man. I feel like I need some quiet time on my own, please.
Start with the why. Get your body
100%.
moving, and also, of course, worry less. I absolutely love that. Definitely some life lessons.
Be a warrior.
That we could always take
but
with
not
us.
a warrior.
Be a warrior, but not a warrior. Stop it. I love. Put that on a T-shirt. Well, every day is an opportunity to learn, and you just have to take a moment, really, to implement it into your day-to-day life. And sipping on your cup of coffee is always the perfect time to reflect. Thank you so much, gents.
And take good care of your skin as well.
Well, you got to try that.
Find your wonderful. Jacobs, wunderbar.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Dog parks can be the perfect place for energetic pups and working breeds to expel that pent-up energy and encourage, of course, the mental stimulation in a healthy way. In fact, for dogs like that, it's essential. Well, today we're going to delve into a silent threat lurking beneath the surface of these communal spaces. Worms. These tiny little invaders are a hot topic at the moment. Invisible to the naked eye, they can pose a serious health risk to our pets and even us, their owners. And Professor Sneeman is about to join us to chat about a study that he conducted to explore the type of parasites in dogs' stools, i.e. their poo. And he collected this in public parks in South Africa. Professor, I would imagine there were a couple of groundbreaking moments and a couple of surprising findings in this study. Talk us through what stood out for you.
Thank you. I think to start off with this, there's a good publication in an Australian study and also a Spanish study demonstrating actually the parasite burden in their type of parks. And I thought it was a good idea to teach the students some science without getting into too deep stuff here. But collecting dog stools and then see what's in it. What's the potential harm for the dog and what's the potential harm for the dog owner? So we said, let's do 3 climate zones. So we look Cape Town area, that entire seaboard area there. We also then looked at KZN and Gauteng. And we found that 75% of the dog parks contain poo contaminated with worms. So now these are dog parks where your dog can easily enter and where you run around, and we collected the stool. So this is a fresh sample within 3 hours, so it must be wet. And looked at the type of parasite, and mostly were dog hookworms, but we saw a lot of other parasites too. Now, interestingly enough, a dog parasite like a hookworm is dangerous to the dog and cause anemia and so forth. In humans, not so scary, but it causes a cutaneous larva migrans. So if you sit on the lawn or the soil contaminated, you get this little worm digging underneath your skin, causing an allergic reaction. But the other parasites are as invasive to humans as they are for dogs. So one needs to be quite careful when you and where you take your dog. And I think there's a responsibility for treatment.
When we talk about the threat to humans, obviously with the heavy hitter being the hookworms, which you say aren't too dangerous for us, what signs do we need to look out for? What are the dangers for that particular parasite when it comes to our pups? You mentioned a few, anemia, and for the humans. What's at risk here?
So if you just canine hookworm, as I said, mostly for the pup, and that would lethargy, the typical signs that a human would also have. We are all mammals for anemia, and then obviously looking at the inside color of the eye and the tongue and so forth, and you can spot the anemia and the reasons for the lethargy and so forth. And then treatment is to get rid of the hookworm and then replace the iron again for that particular animal. Now, the other parasites, as I said, this one can sort of cause a skin reaction, which can be treated with specific topical worm treatments in humans, very itchy, scratchy, and so forth. But if you then go on to the other parasites, they can also be invasive and cause human parasite infestations in the stomach with the same symptoms and signs as the dog. Malnutrition, anemia, and so forth in the extremes.
How do we ensure that our pups and us as a secondary measure are safe?
All you can do is properly treat your dog at a regular interval. Now, that is because, unfortunately, when we talk about these dog parks, we selected those with open access to the entire neighborhood. So it could be a stray dog. So it's not necessarily your well-kept pooch with the regular treatment. So any canine can enter these particular parks, and therefore we selected them to see what is the challenge there. So that for us, the lesson is treat your dog. By doing that, you prevent the spread, but you also protect yourself, and you create safety for yourself in the same environment.
100%. Thank you so much for leading this charge, for doing this study in a space where I think so much has been obvious, but no one's gone that far down the road to have it in black and white and prove it. So thank you so much on behalf of all of the pups and the families that you are helping through your exhaustive exercise. We really do appreciate you every day. Thank you, Prof. We absolutely love connecting with you today.
Thank you, and enjoy the dog run.
Because that's what it's about, enjoying the dog run, because those are the moments that feed the healthy well-being of our pups and I suppose us again. And NexGuard, their range offers a tasty, it'll be enjoyed, a broad spectrum chew that provides effective protection against fleas, against ticks, mites, and worms, including the usual suspect, the hookworm, giving you the reassurance that you are giving your dog and yourself the protection that we need, protecting your family as well, so you can focus on creating those lasting memories together. So we hope you gained some valuable insights. The importance of protecting our furry friends should matter that much, and it's those hidden dangers of dog parks that we need to be aware of. And remember, NexGuard is here to help keep our pets safe and healthy. And you and your four-legged friend stand the chance of winning a 2,000 Rand cash prize to enjoy together, as well as a surprise goodie. To become a winner, what you've got to do is reply to the competition post on Expresso's Facebook, X or Instagram pages and tell us a very funny story about your dog. And it better be good, because this is a great prize. Don't forget to include the qualifying hashtags NexGuard and hashtag Guardians of Love in that answer. The competition closes midday this Friday, but you can find all the T's and C's on expressoshow.com. Good luck, and a massive thank you once again to the Prof and all those healthcare professionals that help keeping our furry family members as healthy and happy as they can be.
Oh, fur babies, man.
Oh, it makes my heart
we
so happy.
We got to make sure to take care of them and love them. We were just comparing dogs just earlier on, right?
Your new Yorkie, mine's 9 years old already.
Yeah, no, mine's only 14 weeks.
Aww.
It's very, very cute. Anyways, just taking a shot left very quickly. Having already toured Gqeberha and Cape Town, it is now Durban's turn on the 7th of July, and you can get set to run your city with ABSA. Now, this 10-kilometer race, it really welcomes all, whether you are a seasoned runner or simply just seeking an adrenaline-filled adventure. You can anticipate continuous fun and excitement. It's going to be awesome.
I think so. I mean, comparing it to the previous ones, it was stunning. We had an amazing experience connecting with participants at races across South Africa, of course. And this year, the race kicks off from Suncoast right to the Durban beachfront.
Oh,
can you imagine ending there?
Beautiful space to run, man. It is stunning.
Beautiful. Look at that.
ABSA is motivating its employees, its customers, and the community to make a difference. And this is what sets this race apart through the Strava platform. Now, in 2024, for every kilometer logged by a Team Africa member or Team ABSA member on Strava, ABSA will then donate 1 Rand towards this cause. And ABSA is also committed to the stories of everyday South Africans. And just by that small initiative, a massive difference can be made.
I think so.
Yeah,
I absolutely love that ABSA is just getting people to step outside their houses. I mean, earlier we were talking about the power of movement and the fact that you can do that with your family, from the youngest all the way to the oldest.
Like we said, you don't even have to be a runner. You can walk it. You can be part of this incredible community. You can join the incredible family on Strava as well, and really make a difference with ABSA, because it's one of those races that just accommodates all.
Absolutely.
So get out there, get some fresh air, stretch the legs a little bit.
Come on, man. Durban, if you're eager to join, ABSA is running your city. Now, entries are open for the race on the 7th of July, so be sure to register and participate. And for more details about this upcoming Durban race, go ahead and visit runyourcityseries.com. It's going to be an exciting one. Let's go.
There are stories of believers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
So she is a wonderful human being. Yes, she is unbelievably talented, and I've heard her talk about actuarial science, so there is a mystery to be unraveled. Tamika is here. She's going to be performing in just a moment, but we're going to have a chat and a proper catch-up in our studio first, and then we'll let her do what she does best. Then we're back in the kitchen. How does this sound? We are making Korean-style cauliflower bites in the air fryer.
Oh, amazing.
2 thumbs up. We'll be back in the kitchen on the other side of this. See you now.
Drained? Dehydrated? You have lost more than just fluid. Recover faster. Add Rehydrate, SA's #1 oral electrolyte mixture.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show on this Tuesday, and we are choosing to have a good time, okay? And they say when all else fails, let the music do the talking. Our music artist is an independent one, and a rising star from Cape Town, right here in the Mother's City. Her name is Tamika, and she is ready to captivate audiences with a highly anticipated debut house single. It's called Forgetting You, but we're not going to forget about her, all right? We're going to get to know a little bit better. Tamika, thank you for joining us here today.
Thank you for having me here today.
Of course. Listen, I am such a fan of house music, so I can't wait to chat a little bit about that. And I know you have some performances lined up for us. But let's go back to the beginning of your journey. I mean, music for you started in your teen years, which was just yesterday, if we're being honest. Look at this face. Look at this baby face. Tell me about where the love for music came from and how it developed till today.
I think I've always just been a very sensitive girl, so the world just always affected me very deeply. So I always needed an outlet. It started with writing, and then I needed to like sing that and have myself be heard. So I think that that's where it came from for me, was just like, it's kind of a necessity.
Beautiful. And talk to me about the exploration of genres. House is a very particular thing.
Yes, it is.
Did you get there first, or did you kind of figure your way out some R&B, maybe some pop, and landed on house?
Oh no, I took the back route.
Okay, tell me more.
I went through so many different stages. You know, as an artist, they say like you take a while to find your sound.
Absolutely.
That was definitely me. I think my first song was like a chill R&B, then it was jazz, then pop, then you name it. And the switch to house kind of came when I moved to uni, and someone told me to make the art that you want to hear.
Sure.
And I love house music, so I figured, you know what, let me make something that I'd want to listen to. And that has just been like a huge awakening of a passion for me.
I love that. Speaking about that, is there any song, house song maybe in particular, that you've heard, loved, and thought, oh, if only I was the vocalist on that, or if only I was the genius behind this hit song or favorite song of yours?
Yes, Gabriel by Valentina and Joe Goddard.
What a great song.
One of my favorites, always. I don't have one bad memory to it.
Wow, from dancing to it in the clubs, to of course singing it, I'm sure. Do you cover that song ever?
I haven't. I think I should.
I think you should
Maybe
add
my
it to
shower.
Ooh, are you a shower singer?
Of course.
Girl, me too. But the vocals never leave those four doors, let me tell you that much. Absolutely looking forward to the performance that we can see a little bit later. What can we look forward to?
So I'll be singing my debut house single, and I have another one in store for you guys, but you'll have to see that a little bit later.
I love that. This house single is a part of a bigger project. Can we expect an EP, an album?
You can definitely expect more singles from me for the time to come, but in time I will absolutely give you guys an album.
Beautiful. Tamika, you are young, but I know that you probably have an old soul when it comes to music. So talk to me a bit about your inspiration.
I must be honest with you, I'm inspired by like kind of all music, and I know that everybody says that, but for me, I'm very inspired by any music that can make people feel anything.
Sure.
So my inspirations for songwriting have been Lana Del Rey. It's very introspective, very ethereal, and my inspirations for like the production and what I like has been black coffee.
Oh, I love that. Would you say black coffee is like a dream collaborator for you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
I see this happen. We're going to manifest it and put it out into the world right now. I can definitely anticipate that happening for you in your future. Is there anyone else on the global sphere that you are crossing fingers for? Maybe even on our local house scene? Because we really have the best producers.
I mean, funny enough, like I can't think of producers that I want to work with more than South African producers.
Sure.
Yeah, like I love our house scene. I mean, there's kind of music. They're not from South Africa, but other than that, honestly, I just love South African house producers. My Black Coffee, my Dawson.
Yes.
You know, so
beautiful.
Anyone in that range, I would love to work with.
And what kind of house? Because if you are a house head and if you love house music, you'll know that
ranges.
there are so many. Even Amapiano is house. So what kind of house do you gravitate towards in listening and then also singing and performing?
A lot of Afro house, but also French house. So, yeah.
Talk to me about French house. What is this?
French house is very like, I don't even know how to explain it, but when you listen to it, it makes sense. It's very, it's kind of poppy more than anything else. It just uses more, like, I don't know how to explain it, but like pop sounds.
Pop sounds.
Whereas like Afro house has more like percussion.
I love that. I love me some Afro house, man. Anytime there's like a beachfront and there's some house music playing, I'm like, yes, vacation is here. And we're gonna go on a mini vacation with our gorgeous artist, Tamika, that we have today. She's not going anywhere. We're gonna head into the kitchen real quick, but she's got a couple of performances linked up for us up her sleeves. But let's see what's going on, gents. What is going down there?
Well, I'll tell you, my friends, if you are craving a deliciously crispy snack with a Korean twist, look no further than these air-fried Korean-style cauliflower bites. Yep, perfectly crunchy on the outside, tender on the inside, hopefully, and bursting with sweet and savory flavors, all wrapped up in one. These bites are a healthier take on some of our classic favorites. You were like looking at chicken wings, you thought?
I thought it was a buffalo wing.
These look delicious. I love this vibe, like the Korean barbecue, kind of the nature of it.
Flavors, my friend.
I love it. This sticky, sweet, funky, salty, a little bit of umami all thrown into one. So I know you love the Asian flavor palette. You've spent a lot of time in that part of the world. So you're going to be guiding me through the sauce that we're going to be creating.
Right.
And I love the fact that cauliflower, it's like an unsung hero, man.
Absolutely.
Curry it up. It's amazing. Go Korean. It's amazing. So let's see what we can do today.
We're going to create this beautiful little kind of paste for it that we're going to fry it up into the air fryer.
So it can be
because
crunchy,
it's all about the air fryer today as well, because we're making air fryer ready meals, you know, that is quite easy. So for the sauce, dude, it's a dipping sauce. You can see I've got my utility apron at the ready.
Can you pass me a...
What do you need?
A spatula.
There we go. I've got it all. I've got it all. So we've got some gochujang.
Gochujang.
Yes, smell that.
Oh,
and then we've got some honey, we've got some water, we've got some soy sauce, sesame oil, and some garlic. If you can kind of heat that up for us while I make...
Is sesame oil not the coolest thing on the planet?
It's got an unbelievable fragrance. It really has. It smells so
lovely.
good.
And it's a little to go a long way as well. So it's just a tiny little flavor additive that can really enhance or give that Asian kind of flavor base.
Yeah, that's it.
A bit of garlic.
Right, so I'm not going to actually be shy with the pepper. I've got some water on my side, some flour, some garlic powder there as well, and some salt.
A little bit of soy.
All prepped out, and then we're just gonna, where's my whisk? You see now, look at that. And then we're gonna just whip this up into a little paste. There we go.
Oh, and this smells funky already, and then just a little bit of water just to loosen that up. I love it. And then you can obviously push the boat out if you want a little bit of heat. I think some warmth will go beautifully, and maybe some dried chili flakes or something like that. Where it's not
you
like
can then really go and add your own little flavour.
Something that just adds a little bit of a sweat to your brow.
A sweat to your brow.
Okay, this is all looking great. I'm going to ramp up the heat just a little bit.
Go for it, my friend.
But I'm assuming you're not really cooking the sauce. You just want to kind of blend those flavors, get everything to fuse beautifully together, yeah?
Okay, so there we go. Look at this beautiful dipping sauce.
Oh,
and then in our air fryer...
Buddy, have a little smell of that. Hey,
that is beautiful.
Magic.
It hits
magic,
you.
Magic,
It hits you. It's supposed to hit you.
Exactly.
Okay, so then we're going to just, with the cauliflower that we've cut into these beautiful little florets, we're going to pop that in there. I need this guy. You see how convenient that is. All right? And then we're just going to coat them nicely. And you can see I didn't make it too runny, so because you want the batter to stick.
Oh, for sure.
And then
I'm
we've got
using
our air fryer
our
with
little
that little...
buckies. Oh, cool, man. These things are a game changer because, listen, I'm a freak with washing my air fryer. I think I drive my poor wife insane with the amount that I wash this air fryer. But these little baskets, they help you out so much. And he's trying to tilt it without all the cauliflower running out.
There we go. If you can just hold it there
I'm
for
going
a
to see
second.
if I can give you a bit of a tilt on that so you can see inside. There's the little bucky.
Okay, let's
well
load
done,
it
buddy.
up, my friend. Let's load it up because
Fill
it
it
looks
up.
beautiful already.
Okay, this is turning into a beautiful syrup. I think it's going to be sticky and funky. I'm going to turn that off.
This could also be such a lovely snack, you know, pre-braai snack maybe. I don't know.
Yes, sir.
You know, I know it's only Tuesday, but the weekend's just around the corner,
choose
people.
to braai on Tuesday,
You choose, you're within your rights, my friend. You really
well,
are.
I think it's our birthright as South African. You can braai whenever you want, man.
So there we go. I'm not going to load it up too much.
This is really exciting. Is it weird that I'm getting so excited about seeing
telling
cauliflower
you,
fry?
the things we get excited by nowadays, you know, so that's just going to pop into the air fryer, 180 degrees. Let me see if I can start this guy.
Tell me you're a dad without telling me you're a dad. I love it.
There we go.
So simple, so easy. So you've done it at 180
degrees
for about 12 minutes, yeah?
There we go. Well, up until it's nice and golden brown, and then you drizzle that sauce over
the
it, my friend.
funkiness. I think this needs to be tested.
I think so
Tasted
too.
and tested.
I think so too. Carissa, do you want to come and taste? I see you that you are, you know, whenever there's good food around, you'll find the other presenters hovering.
Yeah, there's a hover
Wow,
that happens in
this
the
Not
studio.
the whole bowl.
Oh, I thought you were offering it
just
to
a
me.
taste.
Do you have a
Just
fork?
a little
Have you-
taste.
Just a
Okay.
taste.
I'm going to look
Use my
for...
hand.
I'm going to use my hand.
Okay.
I was
going to
give you
what were you going to give me,
chopsticks. Just
Grace?
go for it.
Oh my goodness.
Can I have a little taste? Thank you. We're just going... Oh, and it is crunchy. I'm going to...
That's amazing.
That is incredible. That sauce,
Right?
you don't miss the meat at all.
It is quite, like, meaty.
It's meaty, yeah.
Gochujang.
And you could do this with chicken wings, but the gochujang definitely works on cauliflower too. Absolutely. Well done, guys. Well done.
No, this is a winner.
Our foodie team absolutely smashed this one out the park.
Winner, cauliflower.
Dinner.
Dinner, lunch,
100%.
and snacks. You can have it at any time, really. Find the recipe at expressoshow.com, right?
You really, really can. My mouth is watering so much. That is a beautiful flavor profile. So simple and inexpensive as well.
That's the thing.
You don't
the
always
best
have
part.
to have a protein heroing the dish.
Because, I mean, now you know when you walk past a cauliflower in the shops, not only are you going to think, listen. Because normally you walk past it and you're like, nah, not so sure. But now...
Why do you look at the cauliflower like that?
Exactly. No, because cauliflower is such a like a.
Don't you spend time talking to your produce in the shop?
I don't.
I like it.
I
We
should
flirt
start.
a little bit first, you know, make eyes at the carriage. You're like, oh, okay, then no, not yet. Oh, okay, now I'll go and grab some cucumbers.
I mean, just how exciting did cauliflower
No,
now?
it's so
Did it
delicious.
level up in your book now?
It really did.
You see, it's not
the
boring
humble
anymore.
cauliflower just took a couple steps up. Well done. That is divine.
So good.
So
Really
good.
good.
Well done, James, for real.
It's so divine. She didn't even finish that piece.
I need to tell you
keeping
what's
it.
coming up, and then I'll just stuff it in my little mouth, okay? Well, listen, we've got really exciting things coming up in the form of comedy. We've got Arlene Peterson who's going to join us.
Yay.
Then also Tamika. We have to hear that debut single, What Is Going Down with Forgetting You. We'll see you after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yeah, welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And we're going to make you feel even better and perhaps have you be a winner today if you play Powerball, as well as Powerball Plus for 37 million rand in total estimated jackpots this Tuesday, today. Don't get left behind. Play Powerball for an estimated 30 million rand and Powerball Plus for an estimated 7 million rand.
Like you're only going to play one.
No.
Come on, just play them both.
Play
Just
them
do it.
both.
It's like an
Come
extra £2.50 or something. Just buy your tickets and do it today. You can go in store, you can go online, nationallottery.co.za. You can go onto their mobile app. You can also use your cell phone banking. There'll normally be a little drop down to buy it quite simply, or you can simply dial *120 *7529#
Ooh,
for all the
easy.
USSD. Simple
How
as
many
that.
S's is that?
A lot.
A lot of S's.
39 million.
A lot of dollars, dollar signs everywhere. Well, we have posted all the details on our Expresso social media pages, so go check them out. And Panda, Pusher, Play, Powerball and Powerball Plus for 37 million rand in total estimated jackpots today. And you could be celebrating a big win along with us.
All the best of luck, but we need to see photos, okay? So there will be signs. You don't have to tell us that you've won, but we want to see signs that you have actually won. I hope someone in Uppington wins this one.
Oh, we're crossing fingers for
man.
Uppington.
Well, we promised you an unforgettable performance. We've connected with the person behind the musical brand. Tamika is an absolute gem, but now it's time for her to do what she absolutely loves doing most. Ladies and gentlemen, performing her track, Forgetting You, it's Tamika.
Good morning and welcome. Today I will be singing my debut house single, Forgetting You. This song is about finding liberation through dance and forgetting things that you'd like to leave in the past. I hope that you enjoy.
Heaven knows that I sin for you, and heaven knows that I prayed for you. Atonement make me clean. I'm longing to be seen, but heaven knows I can wait for you. I'm forgetting you. I'm forgetting you. I learned how to move, so I'm forgetting you. I'm forgetting you. I'm forgetting you. Atonement make me clean. I'm longing to be seen, but heaven knows I can wait for you. Heaven knows that I sin for you, and heaven knows that I prayed for you. Atonement make me clean. I'm longing to be seen, but heaven knows I can wait for you. And you're hiding my only love, and you're finding yourself enough. And you're hiding my only love, and you're finding yourself enough. And you're hiding my only love, and you're finding yourself enough. And you're hiding my only love.
and Tamika.
Lovely stuff.
Goodness.
Lovely stuff. Are we awake now?
I think we are.
We're awake now.
Alive. I was singing along saying that maybe we should, you know, there it is. Get
There
the
we go.
dancing going, get it moving and
we
grooving.
have the backup dancers, but they weren't just ready yet. Here they are. But no, I'm just kidding. Arlene Peterson and Kaylin here. Arlene is going to be sharing some very exciting news because she's one of our most loved comedians, especially down here in Cape Town. We do love you. And Kaylin, the right-hand woman that's making sure everything runs perfectly as well. So stick around for that chat. It's about a new show called Plain Jane. Nothing plain about it for sure.
Nope.
And then we're also going to put Carissa and G to the test in a bit of a challenge, a milkshake challenge. How's your milkshake ability?
My milkshake brings all the votes.
You see what I'm saying? Oh, you got it. You got it. We'll be back after the break. Stick around.
We connect more countries than any other airline. Turkish Airlines.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso right here on S3. It is a wonderful Tuesday, and it's so good to be hanging out with you right now. You're in for a treat because joining us is an internationally acclaimed, award-winning stand-up comedian, Arlene Peterson, and alongside her, an incredible woman, Kaylin Khan, who is the founder and creative director for Creative Beings. And together, these two ladies are here to make history with Arlene's first ever one-woman show this July. It's called Plain Jane. Nothing plain about it. Let's give them a feel-good welcome, Arlene and Kaylin.
Thank you, guys.
Look how excited you are.
Yes. I'm excited because the curly girls are in studio. We're here to take over.
When my hair's longer, I go there as well.
Internal.
I always say, people's like, why you don't grow your hair, Ewan? Something because it grows up and not down.
Gravity.
We
want an afro, though. I would love to see you in an afro, to be honest. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us. Very excited to have you on this couch today. Plain Jane. Let's talk about this history moment that is about to happen this coming July. Of course, like Ewan said, your right-hand woman who's produced the show. Tell me more about it. What went into it? What has led us to this moment? And what sort of walls are you breaking down with the show?
Yeah, I am so excited. Thank you, Kaylin. This was a conversation we had 5 years ago. We should do our own thing. We should, because I've been a comic now for 6 years, right? But I've always been Dungus and Arlene Peterson. Thingy me Bobby and Arlene Peterson.
Yes,
Arlene Peterson. So I'm very excited for the show because Plain Jane happens at the Baxter Theatre, right? So after Plain Jane, I can officially say that I have performed in every single theatre at the Baxter Theatre.
Come on now. Yes.
You know, I'm not the type of person that brag.
No,
But But you know, I grew up in Retreat, Lavender Hill, and I was one of those kids that just used to get on the bus because we're going to go watch that show because our school got tickets. Can't Auntie, people are coming to watch me now.
Come on now.
So Plain Jane is just an ode to my life of how I'm just a plain person from the flats, from the Cape Flats, doing extraordinary things. It's like there's nothing extraordinary about my life that I can say, oh, it's because I had a voorspoed in life. So I'm putting Afrikaans stuff in here, guys, because my show is Afrikaans. Because I find there's stuff that you just can't translate into English. Like I sat and I thought to myself, how do you ask someone in English, you can't vermaak me? Like, you must say vermaak, it's Afrikaans. So like Plain Jane is just, then Kaelan came on board, and Kaelan was like, let's do this.
Let's do it. Kaelan, chat to me about the concept behind Plain Jane as the show's producer.
Okay, so firstly, let me say, a creative being's mandate is to upskill and uplift in and through various artistic expressions. And this is how Plain Jane came into being. I said, Arlene, you and I had this conversation. I promised you years ago. At the time, I didn't know how, when, and where, but it was something that I was very passionate about doing for her. And I said, Arlene, I don't want to write any material. That's not me. I just want to give you this opportunity and we'll run. I trust you completely. I trust your ability as an artist. Let's go. Let's run. I get us the funding. You bring your creative brains and let's go. That's basically how Plain Jane came into being.
I love it, but we're going to ask you.
Yes, speaking about creative brain, I mean, you said Afrikaans is part of it. What else can we expect from the show itself? Give us a little insight into it.
Okay, so basically, I grew up as a twin, right? And like 8 years ago, I lost my twin brother to gang violence. Wow. Trigger warning, sorry. I'm supposed to say that moest before. Sorry.
It's all right, we're with you.
So I had to go for therapy, right? And in therapy, I had to discover who is Arlene Peterson. It was always Arlene Peterson and Adrian Peterson. And my therapist suggested that I write my thoughts down because like literally I felt like my nerve endings were outside of my body, right? How do you explain how to lose a twin, right? And some of the thoughts I wrote down was like, okay, my twin brother is unalive now, but at least now we have a spare guest room in a densely populated area. But I'm not the type of person that
Are we allowed to laugh?
You are allowed to laugh. Because that's the thing, it's funny. Like I wrote, my twin brother is unalive now, but at least now bread will last for more than 3 days in our house. So naturally, these were my responses when my friends kept asking me, how you doing? So I just wrote a whole show about rediscovering myself as a Plain Jane and not attached to Arlene the twin or Arlene the girl. Just Plain Jane, telling my story and motivating. Because my basis of my show is just motivating people that they should always remain as positive as 2 lines on a pregnancy test. Because you can't get any positiver than that, right? So
Look,
that's basically my style.
I love that you're also sticking to your roots and you're with the Afrikaans, you know, but when you said about that, you know, vermaak, you know, that thought, you know, that movie Gladiator when he says, are you not entertained? Is Janie vermaak nie? Jy sien, dit klink soveel beter. Dit klink soveel beter. Listen, so what can we expect from the show very quickly and where can we get tickets?
Okay, what we can expect from the show is basically just the thing that I love about Arlene, like you said, she's just very true to her roots. And you will see Arlene in all her glory. Arlene online, Arlene at home, Arlene on the stage, same person. And that's something I really love about Arlene, and that's exactly what you see is what you get with her.
Love it.
And that's why I love her so much, because rare people like her you don't find every day. And the real people you don't find every day. Arlene, where can they get tickets?
Web tickets or at Pick and Pay. Just go to the counter. Just go to the counter if you don't know the links and stuff. So you want a ticket there to Plain Jane. And there's only 15 tickets left.
What?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. I mean, now there's 12.
But now we're working on a matinee show. We're working because it's the 18th, 19th, and 20th of July. But 19 and 20 is already sold out.
Come on.
And this is our first marketing for the show. We only just began, so we are now talking about a matinee show to squeeze in there.
Well, now it's sold out officially. I mean, there you have it.
Add now. Add some shows now for us.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. But I know, Arlene, you're not going anywhere. Somebody's waiting for you with some Omar Rusk. What's going on?
Well, now that we know that absolutely nothing is off the table, it's time to continue our chat with the hilarious and always delightful Arlene Peterson. But now we're going to focus on something really funny, a family-loved snack. Stick around.
Omar Rusks, the ultimate snack time treat. Dipping delicious, tasty, filling, satisfying.
I'm going to say it again. Please pull up a chair, young lady.
Thank you. Emphasis on young.
100%. I love you, girl. So good to be connected with you in our beautiful little space. And I think you are the perfect person to have a little moment, okay? Because we have to do this in the crazy life of live TV. We often have to just chill. Just stop, pause, take a moment, and dip an Omar, okay? Now, we don't have any Omars running around, but we do have Omar Rusks. Feel free to dip whenever the moment strikes you. I've got to ask you this, because I have a feeling that you're probably going to have quite a funny answer. What kind of rusk? Is there like a family favorite that, and you can go back to your childhood for this one, that would disappear immediately, just like the bread used to disappear?
I feel like the plain.
The plain for plain Jane.
Doodgewone plain. Moenie nog kom met tierlang tuintjies, see? You come with plain. Like, we used to call this doodgooi. In our house, this is doodgooi, so I'm going to thank it.
Okay. Do you have to have that expression on your face when you do it? You're just going to lose yourself in the
Because
moment.
you know, you can't thank more than thrice, just thrice.
Thrice, okay.
Just thrice.
We were trying to work it out, the perfect balance.
Perfect balance is thrice.
Because how do you know you've got it just right? Must it be like super soggy? Must it still be a little bit crunchy?
It's like a clutch control, like a car. Perfect clutch control. Perfect.
I really do feel like a third wheel now. I've been ousted by a rusk on live TV.
Perfect.
Hey? And you can still even talk while you're eating the rusk, which is amazing to me.
I am hungry, in any case, so I have to take a sip.
There we go. Now you've made me insecure about dipping mine, so I'm going to do it thrice, eh? I'm going to try for the thrice dip. This brings to bear a lot of funny family traditions, and I think that's, for me, food is where we understand ourselves and we understand our family, and it seems to be like a love language within yours. Do you have funny food memories that stand out from when you're a kid?
I have actually a rusk. Omar Rusk.
Still, from when you were a child?
Yeah,
oh, no, not an actual rusk from when you were a child. No, okay.
Definitely. I see what you did there, but okay, like, it doesn't look like it at the moment, but I used to be a competitive hiker, right? When I was in school. You can't see it now, but just imagine.
Competitive in what sense? Like the most mountains?
No, like
the fastest hiker?
People don't know this, but there used to be competitions, the Bola 90, the Greyton 50, where you have to do 90 kilometers over a weekend. It's a competition.
And you win when you make it back.
You win, you get medals. So in the morning, we would sit around the campfire and have Omar Rusk biscuits and coffee, because you can't start your hike on a full stomach.
100%.
So this takes me back to the mountain. So I'm fit again. I'm there on the mountain again. But just in my imagination.
Are we doing the 50 or the 90?
Kaylin is doing it with you. She does all the leg work and I just come on stage.
I love you so much. And the funny thing is, it's not like you have to turn this on. It's just always on.
And it's very early in the morning.
I know.
That's why I started doing comedy, because comedy's at night.
We just haven't found the off switch. That's the thing. And I don't think it actually exists. Just very quickly now, I know people are going to have an opportunity to see a different side of you, and you are who you are, which I absolutely love. In a show like that, because there's got to be a little bit of room where you don't even know what's going to happen, because every audience is different. And your Mensa are going to come out. You've already sold out, just about. I would imagine the show's probably sold out now. No. What do you think is going to happen that you're not expecting? What are you most excited about this?
So I am, at the moment, I'm 34 years young. And I just went back to drama school, right? So my drama facilitator is going to be in the audience. And I'm literally incorporating drama and poetry. And I wrote something very deep, but in a comic way. Almost like poetry and comedy, had a baby. So I am nervous for how the audience will receive that. And I will react to it, but I'm also excited because I know it's going to be funny.
Are you going to laugh? You're going to cry?
I don't know. That's the thing. The clutch control. I don't know. Where is the brake? I'm not sure. I'll see how it goes.
Oh, but clearly the tank is full, and I absolutely love it. Web tickets is where we can get our tickets. I'm not going to make you say it again. Plain Jane. Oh, you are nothing at all plain.
Thank you.
But we absolutely love you for that. 18th to the 20th of July at the Masambe Theatre, at the incredible Baxter Theatre Complex. One of, I think, the most wonderful spaces to go and perform. And as you've said, you've been there in every single one of those theatres. So go and own this one. $100 feels like nothing to spend on a comic genius. We've got a whole box there. You don't have to finish it. You can have them all. Ollie, we love you, man. Well, here's the added bonus. Okay, you stand the chance to win 2,000 Rand in cash and an incredible hamper. It's the perfect treat for you and your family for snack time, and you'll be the hero of the household with this prize. Simply reply to the competition post on the Expresso social pages and tell us this: which Omar Rusk flavour is the first to disappear in your family home, because it's the fam favourite. Don't forget to hashtag it Omar Dipping Delicious. But hurry, folks, because the competition closes this Friday, the 28th of June. We're going to get a lot of entries for this one. Are you trying to finish it before I finish talking? There's a whole box waiting for Arlene, and she's going to stick around for as long as possible. We might even get a little bit of poetry. No, break a leg. I know this is going to be an incredible run for you. Enjoy every second.
Thank you so much.
Clutch control.
Please, can we keep her? Oh, my goodness. I love her so much. Arlene, we love you, and we're going to be front row and center cheering you on for Plain Jane coming July. Very excited about that. And speaking about women and women being great, we definitely are going to be talking to encouraging women, or at least we're going to encourage women to embrace their individuality, which I think is so vital. And we got Exhibit A in studio.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we're also going to be taking a trip down memory lane, just a little bit, in a Bubblegum Milkshake challenge. Yes. Carissa and Graham going to go head to head, and we'll see how it unfolds, because that's the ingredients that you're seeing right there that you're going to be working with, and you need to dazzle me.
I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
with your Bubblegum creations. Come on, you can play along at home. Why not? We'll see you just now.
Don't fall victim to intestinal worms. Use kid-friendly Vermox twice a year and get rid of unwanted guests. Vermox.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Over the years, Dove has been known for supporting inclusivity through some very meaningful and impactful campaigns. And that is exactly what they are doing with their latest campaign, Express Yourself in 100 Colors, in which they encourage all women to celebrate and express their individuality through style and color. Don't hold back. Brand manager Navini Ramsamy, disability rights activist Megan Chalkwe-Adonis, and Braille fashion designer Belini Naidu Engelbrecht are all here to tell us a bit more about what this inclusive campaign can actually unlock. This is a beautiful, beautiful thing. I know this because I've gone through a couple of life cycles with this brand and understand how much these connections mean to you. You don't look back, you look forward, and you take your market with you. I absolutely love it. We love the sound, and we kept saying Expresso Yourself in 100 different ways, which is not actually what the campaign is called. But we are all about expressing ourselves, using the opportunity that we have. So what does this campaign embody for you? And you look gorgeous. All three of you look absolutely gorgeous today. So thank you for expressing yourselves with the color today. Yeah.
Thank you for having us. I think it's important to start off by just saying Dove has always stood for real beauty by real women. We create products that care for all our women. And Express Yourself in 100 Colors is no different. We want women to be color confident without the embarrassment of white marks and stains that a deodorant causes.
For sure.
I'm sure you've struggled with that even as a gent.
Part of the job.
100%. And at Dove, we create products to actually counter that challenge itself. I think the most amazing thing about this campaign and the strategic intent was based on two human truths. One, as we unpacked it, we learned that a woman's confidence is dictated by the a woman expresses herself through the color she uses.
For sure.
So expressing herself through color is key. And I think the second but most important unlock was understanding that visual impairment is the highest disability in South Africa. Can you imagine that? Just visual impairment. 52% of people are visually impaired. And as a product, Dove Invisible Dry is the only deodorant in Southern Africa that actually has been tested in 100 colors to leave no white marks or stains, thus enabling all women to be color confident and without the embarrassment of white marks or stains. So, yeah.
I keep hearing the word purpose ringing in my head today. That seems to be the common thread here. And I could ask you the question why it would be so important for you to represent your market in this way, but it just makes good business sense for the future because you want people to be confident and embrace that. Where it comes to bear for me is Megan with you. As an activist who works in this space, these numbers are things that you are coming into contact with every single day. But you are well aware that numbers and statistics don't represent the people behind that. You very much do. Why is it so important to have your voice heard, for you to express yourself in this way through this campaign? What drew you in?
I think for me, first of all, for the sector, for persons with disabilities, for young women, for women with disabilities and those living with visual impairment, this campaign gave a unique opportunity for us to find expression and identity. But not only that, it said that we appreciate and we acknowledge you as consumers of Dove products, right? Invisible Dry. For me, as someone who is invested in fashion, in beauty, and defying the odds, this partnership with Dove was exactly that. It was breaking boundaries. It was redefining beauty and fashion. It was really giving an opportunity to women to come and say, I am confident, I am part of society. And Dove says, we see you as a confident woman and we want to be part of your journey. So this has been really exciting for us. It meant that we are able to amplify the voices of women. We're able to instill confidence in women with disabilities and groom young girls with disabilities to stay confident and be part of a revolution when it comes to fashion and beauty.
I call it a movement, girl, a movement. And I will say it to 100% certainty on the show, representation absolutely matters. For those young girls, they cannot believe it until they actually see it. A great place to be seen, the Durban July. And Belini, I'm going to get your take on this in just a second, but talk to me about the connection, because obviously that's an amazing opportunity to express yourself.
100%, and I think that's the bigger moment where we bring the brand say and do to life. So we're not just saying we're doing, and
Action.
we've partnered with
Yes.
these amazing women who's going to bring that to life. And Bellini Naidu Engelbrecht has been amazing through this journey. We're going to be creating the first Dove 100 Colors Braille-inspired dress to talk to all women, and we'll be showcasing that at the Durban July.
I love that. Bellini, there's your cue, because no pressure. You're not just representing, obviously, a beautiful fashion element here in one of the biggest fashion showpieces that the country has, but this is an opportunity to plug into a community that has been underserved, and a massive community. Over 50% of our population can connect to this notion. How are you feeling about taking this on board?
First, it is very overwhelming, but proud at the same time. You know, as a fashion designer that is designing for inclusive fashion and making that bold statement and getting the course around it and creating awareness for visually impaired people all over the world, you know, I'm excited about that.
What goes through your mind when trying to create something like that? Because so much of where you would start would normally be visual, but now you're adding another dimension here. How have you approached that creatively?
So it is, I think, designing the dress for the Hollywood Bets Durban July, incorporating the theme, Megan the South, and then Dove. It was a bit challenging because you don't just have Ride the Wave, the theme. I mean, there's different elements to add into one dress, and it's a showstopper, and you're creating something first of its kind. It is, like I said, overwhelming, but there's a lot of thought process, a lot of trials, a lot of trials of testing products. So yes.
It's going to be a game changer. Megan, I'm watching you nod your head here and just smile, and that smile's getting wider and wider. As someone who has been very bravely playing in this space, because it seems like you feel it is your duty to do this, the fact that we are having this conversation, that this step has been taken, and you've got one of the biggest brands in the world now rallying to this cause, how does that make you feel, and how much of a difference is this going to make, do you think?
For me, as Megan Adonis, someone with visual impairment, a young African woman with a disability, what Dove is doing is really, like I said, redefining beauty and fashion, number one. It's instilling confidence, number two. And then lastly, it's saying that we are going to be part of a journey of grooming confident women, right?
Yeah.
And we just look at it, and for me, it's been really exciting working with both Dove and Bellini as well, and designing this beautiful dress, collaborating, exchanging ideas, and just bringing awareness around visual impairment and disability, where we are really saying we're destigmatizing disability as a whole. And myself being an activist, that is very important when you align yourself with a brand. What is it that they are trying to achieve? What type of impact are you going to make when you partner or collaborate? Are you going to just collaborate for a transactional, or are you going to actually make meaningful impact? And Dove is doing exactly that through this collaboration, where we're looking at, I mean, for me, Dove is a global brand. And we're saying, as a young woman, as a woman with a disability, as an African woman, Dove is saying it is redefining, like I said, beauty and fashion, and it wants to take you along with. And just seeing, you've never seen, or let me say, it's very rare that you find women with disabilities on beauty or fashion campaigns.
For sure.
And Dove is doing it boldly, proudly, and unapologetically.
And they're doing it because it makes good business sense. I can see this full circle coming together here. Purpose, purpose, purpose. I absolutely love what you do. I have a feeling we're going to be tracking this one for a long time. It is going to be an opportunity to see fashion through a new light, but I think a drastically underserved part of our community is finally getting a moment to shine. So you can join Dove on stage at the Durban July. That's on the 6th of July, obviously, as they reveal the incredible Braille dress designed by Bellini, of course, and worn by the gorgeous Megan. And together they are literally redefining the fashion industry through inclusivity in a way that we haven't seen before. This is a game changer. And Dove Invisible Dry Deodorant, tested on 100 different fabric colors. It's going to deliver, proven to leave no white marks or stains, while offering superior 48-hour underarm protection. And at the heart of all of that, confident women who are not shy to express themselves. Well done.
Thanks, Graham. After that passionate and inspirational chat, welcome to the kitchen for some fun games. Now, I want you to quickly just close your eyes and think of that one nostalgic flavor that really takes you back to when you were a kid, a niño. You know what I'm saying? And chances are it's probably bubblegum, right? Isn't it? And right now, relive those cherished moments and create new ones with the brand new Super M bubblegum. And this is what's going to happen right now. Carissa and our comedian of the morning, Arlene, they are going to go head-to-head in our bubblegum milkshake challenge. Here she comes running in, celebrating a favorite treat growing up.
Beautiful. You come.
All right, ladies, are you ready? Please.
Yes.
Take in your position. So let me quickly explain. This is how it all works, right? So they have to craft the ultimate Super M bubblegum milkshake using the ingredients that we've laid out for them. And their masterpieces will then be judged by me on creativity, listen carefully, nostalgia that each sip delivers, and just pure awesomeness.
Okay.
Are you guys ready?
Ready.
To mix it up, to blend it, to do whatever?
Did you get that $100 up past you earlier?
No, don't. Bribery is not going to get you very far. Okay, so we've got the machinery out for you. You can use it. You don't have to use it. It's up to you. We've got some ice cream, obviously our brand new Super M bubble gum, and a lot of blue.
Yes,
Okay.
loads of blue.
It looked like a gender reveal.
Yeah.
What is going on?
And there's some extra thingies if you want to break the blue a little bit, but I'm going to give you 2 minutes.
All right, can we go?
Are you ready?
We're ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, Arlene, I hope you're
Let's
ready
see.
to
I'm gonna stand.
Lucy. I feel like I have an unfair advantage.
Why?
I am actually a 2 times national TV cooking show champion.
Wow.
So I'm going to add.
And a professional milkshake cover.
Carissa's going in.
Okay, yeah, that's real.
The ice cream.
Cyril, yeah, no, ice cream is going in there.
OTs, let's go. Okay.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this one. I'm looking for intense flavor.
Okay,
Okay,
I'm
say
just
less.
saying. I want to just be able to, with the first small sip, I want to know exactly what. Ooh, I like the Smarties going in
You know,
there.
you put crunch so that it can't just be. I'm going to steal my stuff now. It's a gender reveal. Okay, now how do I put this on? Okay, please. And how do I stop? Okay, I don't want it too much, you know.
For sure.
But you said what? Flavor, presentation.
Lovely.
Yeah, no, you see.
So I'm going to add some of this at the bottom.
Right, there's a minute left. There's a minute left.
I'm taking my time. I shouldn't be doing that. Okay.
Oh, look at
add
that.
some of that. Let's add some of this, you know, flavor.
I feel like this is going to drown.
Nothing like some licorice in there. Yeah, fantastic.
Oh, no, you can't even see that.
Ice cream.
Who said you can steal my ice cream?
Is there method here to your madness, Arlene?
Yes.
Okay.
You have to build the flavor.
You have to build the flavors.
Now, instead of waiting for last, you shake it.
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Hey.
Wait.
You add some more of
drowning in
this.
it.
Wait.
You know what?
Like a Coke float. There we go. Is that still fine? Yeah, sorry for my hand.
Adds extra flavor, it's fine.
At this particular point in time, I have no words, and I'm going to count you down.
Hey,
doesn't work.
8, 7, 6, 5.
Hey, it's a girl and a boy and everything else. It's everyone.
I did not help at all.
Yeah, that's yours is looking very blue.
That's the point.
That's the point of it. Okay, right. I don't even know how to judge this.
I don't think you can put a straw in this one.
Okay, so my straw is visible.
Talk me through this, your approach.
So as you can see, I have a very complex thing that I created with levels of multiple flavors. So when you drink, you first get some cotton candy at the bottom, then you work yourself up to the ice cream and our Super M somewhere in there, you know, and then more whipped cream, and then you get more Smarties and stuff.
Okay, and Carissa, what do you have on this side?
You know what? Mine is going to taste like blue. It's actually going to take you right back to being 9 years old and all the memories that come with that for your childhood. I don't know what that included. Maybe going to the Bubby store and buying bubblegum flavored goodness, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to see if I can get the straw in on the side.
You can get the straw in. Do we have a straw on this side as well?
Yes, I could. So you're going to have some surprises along the way. Let me just put it that way.
Okay. That is surprisingly really good.
Surprisingly?
Surprisingly really, really good.
Have another sip.
Okay, that is, yeah.
I just hope that you were independent auditor and that you fair and just.
Not biased at all.
Please.
Okay. Any particular way that I should taste this?
No,
because you said levels.
It's an experience.
Should I start at the bottom and then
you
just...
keep the straw at the bottom and then you pull it up
Righto.
as you go up so that you can, yes, full experience.
Oh my goodness.
I think you did it too fast. You slow it down a bit, slow it down so that you can get
There's a bit of a crunchiness in here. I like that.
because of the chop. So it's not just monotonous flavor, you know, it's a crunch and a...
I love the crunch.
He said love. He said love. He said love.
And the winner of our Bubblegum Milkshake Challenge is... Arlene Peters.
I love to thank my mom and my dad.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thank you so much.
I love it. Ladies, well done. Well done. It was really
Good job,
good. All right,
Arlene.
nothing
Thank you.
against you.
Thank
Okay,
you. How
I hope
can I
that
improve next
can
time,
we still be
Chef?
friends?
Yes, we can.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Arlene, that is really nice.
Thank you.
It's very
All
pretty
right.
too.
So there we have it. We have just relived our childhood memories. And as you can see, the bubbly design of the new Super M Bubblegum flavoured reflects the true sweet taste of bubblegum, and the flavour unlocks nostalgic memories of being young and carefree, just like these two on my right and my left. So what you can do at home is visit our socials and let us know which of these Super M Bubblegum milkshakes you would be most eager to try. Better yet, show us your very own Super M Bubblegum milkshake creations and tag us at Expresso Show and hashtag Super M Bubblegum. Congratulations.
As the winner, thank you so much.
You can take it. Give a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Holly.
Enjoy the extraordinary flavour of the new Super M Bubblegum. It's poppin' with flavour.
Bake more memories with Royal Baking Powder, and you could win your own KitchenAid stand mixer. Be a part of the Tastemaster competition action by watching the show and baking a creative interpretation of the week's theme using Royal Baking Powder. Then upload it to socials by replying to the competition post, including hashtag the Tastemaster SA and hashtag Bake More Memories. Don't miss the Tastemaster SA every Tuesday evening at 7, repeat Wednesday at 1 and Sundays at 4 p.m. on SABC2.
Good, yeah?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to hopefully another transformative conversation. I think every day we make decisions that impact and control the quality of our lives. I know I'm oversimplifying it drastically, but a strong mindset and healthy habits are small changes that can make a very big difference in the long game. And starting with even something as simple as a shaving routine that can bring a little bit of joy, just a moment to a mundane activity, a crazy schedule, leaves us feeling just a little bit accomplished or a little bit better about ourselves. But mastering your lifestyle is an arm's length away, literally.
Absolutely. And here to delve into this rather interesting and exciting topic is our Big Flex Choose Your Mastery panel.
Yeah,
Entrepreneur and personal
good.
trainer Seb Prentice, Mr. South Africa 2021 Thando Ngwengu, and also psychologist Charles Davids. Rather, gentlemen. Lovely to have you guys. Thank you very much. I am still buzzing from those milkshakes earlier on. But we are talking about healthy habits here. And we want to unpack it a little bit because healthy habits, Seb, maybe you can start with that. You know, somebody in the fitness industry as well. What has it meant for you in your life, having those healthy habits? How does it positively influence the way that you see and approach your life?
I think healthy habits, no matter how small, are instrumental in building a life that you want to live. And I think it really comes down to building that reputation with yourself, keeping promises to yourself, and knowing that the word that you have with yourself is good, and that you'll keep that, because it gives you confidence and it allows you to tackle bigger things in life when they do surface with a lot more confidence.
It's about keeping yourself accountable, right?
I like that. Answer to yourself. Can you trust yourself? Can you back yourself?
Exactly.
I absolutely love that, because that's something you can prove. It's not in someone else's control, it's in yours. And Thando, you're nodding your head there like a man who has been chosen as the man of all South African men, which has got to be quite a moment. I would imagine going through that cycle, and we've seen it on a lot of different personal journeys, because ultimately you've got to come to terms with yourself before you put yourself out there for the rest of the world to embrace you. What was that journey like for you? How did you come to terms with Thando? Have you?
Yeah, well, yes. I believe the most important thing is just being true to who you are and understanding who you are. And I mean, you know, when you go out into the world, you show that to the world, and you're comfortable and you walk in that. And wherever you go, you know, if you believe in yourself, you'll believe in others. And wherever you go, you know, you'll do your thing to inspire other people.
And you do. You live it every day.
Absolutely. And Charles, we're talking about, you know, small changes can have a massive impact on your life if they are consistent. How do you view that, and what are some maybe examples of small, consistent changes that you've encountered in your life, or that you have physically had to action to bring about some positive change?
Sure. So I think it starts with we are what we repeatedly do, right? And therefore we say that excellence is not an act, but it becomes a habit. And that means it's the smaller kind of things. So, I mean, the kind of routine things, I mean, I always say children, I mean, they feel most contained when there's routine.
Yeah.
But as adults, we tend to forget that. So it's this kind of small habit. So from, I mean, the moment you get up in terms of just the grooming, because if I just groom, or the shave that I take, the making the bed every morning, because if I can't do the small things, how am I expected then to achieve the big goals that I set for myself, but I can't even do the basic kind of things of, I mean, taking a shave. So it starts with the basics.
And there's an inversion to that, because often when you feel like the challenges are too big, just tidy your room. Just get up and tidy your room, or just get up. Just move. Just put one foot in front of another. Buddy, you've proven to the world now what little incremental, i.e. 1 foot in front of the other, can lead to. What's a good example of how you've introduced that into your life? And obviously the physicality is something that we all follow you for, but how has those little increments made a big difference for you personally?
I think a small example would be just having a more positive mindset around life in general, which a small proactive step I've taken is making sure that I'm intentional about the first bit of stimulus I kind of receive in the morning.
Okay.
So
first gateway. Yeah.
Yes, so whether that is a positive book or a positive article or something that makes you feel quite good, just ensure that the first thing that you are consuming in the day is healthy, whether it's mentally healthy or from a nutrition point of view it's healthy. And that, I think that little decision, that bit of intention, really sets you up for the rest of the day feeling a lot more positive. And I think approaching life with a more positive mindset just makes everything a lot better, because there's a lot that isn't so positive.
Yeah.
So if you're intentional about looking at things that are positive, then it kind of uplifts everything else.
Yeah,
You mentioned that with your intentional, and I want to talk about this because there's might be a lot of people out there that, you know, that's falling victim to not so healthy habits, and we know that it's not easy to change habits. like to foster a new habit in your life, I mean, it takes dedication. It really is difficult. So with that in mind, how do you guys approach this, really incorporating those healthy habits and start recognizing those that are not healthy for you at all, actually? And how do we change them? What's that first step for you guys?
So, I mean, I'd say personally, you know, doing something consistently is a lot better than doing something intensively. So, I mean, just doing something basic, going for a 30-minute walk a day, much rather than, you know, maybe going to the gym once every 3 months for 3 hours.
100%.
It's things like that every single day into your daily life. I mean, for me personally, I'm in the gym about 4 times a week. You know, I'm in kickboxing about 4 times a week as well. And it's those things where over time, you know, an hour a day, that really go a long way in the long run. And over time, you'll just see, you know, your habits will begin to be formed and your activities will begin to change and you'll see the difference in your life.
Because let's be honest, I mean, for a schedule like that, I mean, it's not always easy. I mean, you make it sound easy the way you speak about it, but it's not. There's days where it becomes really difficult. You don't want to get out of bed, or you're not feeling it, or you're not emotionally there. How do you overcome that?
Well, discipline. Discipline's a very important part of it. Just making decisions that, you know, every single day, consistently, at a certain time, I'm going to wake up, and eventually your body will follow. I mean, trust me, every time...
You'll enjoy the validation you get.
Yes,
because that's
definitely.
proving again, and to your point, that you can back yourself, that you can trust yourself. I love that. Charles, maybe we can round off with you. What would you recommend as that first step? I love the fact that we've got a physical, we've got a mental approach, we've even got an emotional approach here. As the first practical step for that person that is feeling immobile right now, what should that first step look like?
It's the kind of thing we have to remember, that the innate human fear is the fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
So if we're habit forming, so it means if I do something negatively all the time, I don't even understand what the positive is. And therefore I have to make the first step. And people always say that I don't feel motivated, I can't, but we can't wait for that. So I have to do something, and the motivation comes. So if I get out of bed, I mean, I always say, if I feel the mood is down, and even if I don't feel like eating, I say, well, just eat half a slice of bread, which then means that the body says, hey, I'm open to eating again, and I do that again. Right? So there has to be a first move, whether it is just getting out of bed, and I mean, Thando spoke about, you know, just the 30-minute walk. In the beginning, it will feel difficult, but the more I do it, as you said, the body then follows, and I do it immediately. It's taking the first step. Don't wait for the motivation, because it happens anyway if we just start doing something.
Just do it.
Can't wait for the world to change, right?
Absolutely.
Got to change.
Love you guys.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. So there we have it. You can as well join our mastery conversation online, and you can let us know what healthy habits you value that positively impact your day-to-day lifestyle. And we will be back again next week for another insightful panel discussion, which is going to be rather interesting as well.
I'll be interested to know how many miles Seb will run in between then and now. But until then, you can choose your mastery with Bic Flex 5 and Flex 5 Hybrid, with movable blades that are faster, smoother, and all-in-one shaves, which for gents on the go all the time, it does make a difference. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us, but I think more importantly, thank you for exemplifying this in the way that you live your lives every day in completely different ways. We love the fact that we can have an open conversation. Just please come back the next time you run, man. Don't just keep going. I think it's going to end up in Cairo at some point. There is a world record just waiting to be broken. But hopefully that's opened up your eyes just a little bit. Take that first step today.
I love that quote that says, how you show up with one thing shows up in many ways. And speaking about making those small changes that really make a difference, I want you to check this next story out. From flat pack furniture to stylish storage and also shelving solutions, builders have everything you need to transform your space. Now, Kuhle and Dee rolled up their sleeves and took on the challenge of assembling a flat pack shelving unit. Get ready to take notes for your next DIY.
Welcome back to Builders Do Day. Namhlanje we are diving into the world of flat pack furniture and storage solutions. With me is our favorite DIY enthusiast, Ndee, and we are ready to get our hands dirty. Hi, Ndee.
I'm so excited. How are you doing?
Super excited.
I am so happy. So to help us navigate what Builders has to offer, we are being joined by Danisha Naidu, who is a perfect expert in the field. So let's get to it.
Let's go. Denisha, hi. This is my favorite department in the store.
All things flat pack furniture and DIY units. Let's get into the wide variety of products that Builders has to offer. Tell us more about the storage solutions.
Builders offers a wide range of flat pack furniture to cater to our needs of our customer, from room solutions to individual pieces. Our ranges have been designed with the DIY enthusiast in mind, giving them affordability and ease of assembly. We also offer a wide range of cabinetware that if you want to zhuzh up your flat pack furniture, you have the ability to do so.
Let's do it.
Are you excited about this?
I am so excited.
No, it's exciting, eh?
What are we putting together right now?
So this is a storage cube. This is an easy build. Anyone at home can do this. It's an easy one. It won't take more than 20 minutes for you to do it. So let's open this up. And then while we open this up, one of the key tips I can also give you as well is that when you're working with any DIY project, especially when you need to assemble something, please make sure that you have a nice clean surface. The surface is nice and clean, whether you're working on the floor or on a table like this.
So that you can focus
yes.
on the project at hand.
Yes, you can
All
help
right,
me
let's
open
do
this
the
up.
unboxing.
You can help me open this up on your side as well. You know, for this assembly, you're going to need your basic tools. So basic, I mean, you need your screwdriver set. So this is a normal screwdriver. This is essential to every household. And you need your hammer. Kusha, I know you're ready.
It's hammer time.
It's hammer time. And if you have access to a power drill, go ahead and use your power drill. This is also essential as well.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Don't tell me you're getting overwhelmed.
I am so overwhelmed by these diagrams, numbers, letters.
No, don't get overwhelmed. So, especially when you're doing any DIY project, a simple project like this, don't get overwhelmed. Kusha, here's another tip. If you have wood glue lying around at home, please do use it. But however, you need to make sure that if you're using wood glue, you're not going to take apart the structure, because it's a permanent structure. So this is just to reinforce your entire project. So this is perfect to use. More shots. So Kusha, the reason we're going to do the backing is for cosmetics and also to reinforce the entire structure. So you're going to need your hammer. Are you ready for the hammer?
I've got the hammer right here, but before we continue, do we not need any protection, PPE?
It's beautiful. Love it. They're very tiny, so just be careful so that you don't, hurt yourself. Perfect. So we need to cut one more corner here.
Well,
ladies, thank you so much.
What do you think?
I love it. Well, it's mine, so I love it.
I have to ask, what kind of resources or support does Builders offer consumers, customers who are new to the DIY game?
So we've got a combination of an installation service if you feel a bit daunted doing it yourself.
Yep.
And we have our staff in stores that can assist you physically or guide you. Or we offer an installation service. So they would come to your home and help you put your new purchase together.
That's amazing, Danisha. So can you give us tips on how, if a new customer wants to purchase storage flat pack units, what sort of tips can you offer them?
There's a few factors you want to keep in mind. Understanding your space is absolutely critical. Are you starting from scratch? Is it a brand new project, or are you just filling a few gaps and finishing your space?
Okay.
Your budget, and just your taste levels.
Okay.
Thanks to Ndi's expert tips and Danisha's insights, we have shown you how easy it is to make your DIY dreams come to life with Builders Flat Pack Furniture. Until our next due day, happy building.
Be your own handy hero at home this June. and stand a chance of winning 10,000 Rand every week with Plascon and the Expresso Morning Show. Answer the weekly competition question on our social media platforms using hashtag PlasconSA to enter the draw. You can only win if you follow Plascon SA on Facebook and Instagram. Weekly entries close midday Fridays. That's 4 chances to win big with Plascon. T's and C's to be found on expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, let's get straight into it, shall we? Make your winning move, play Powerball and Powerball Plus for 37 million Rand in total estimated jackpots this Tuesday. Don't get left behind. Play Powerball for an estimated 30 million Rand and Powerball Plus for an estimated 7 million Rand today. Now, how do you do it? You buy your tickets today in-store on the nationallottery.co.za website or the mobile app. And you can also buy your tickets, of course, through cell phone banking or simply by dialing *120 *7529# for all USSD. Now, if you miss anything, it's for you on our social media pages, so go ahead and check those out. Panda Pusha Play Powerball and Powerball Plus for 37 million Rand in total estimated jackpots today. And you could be celebrating a big win, as we'll continue to do in studio, because we're ending off with a beautiful performance by Tamika. Take it away.
I started the show singing you a house song to wake you up, but now I'm going to sing you a little bit of a slower one to warm you up for this cold winter's morning. I hope that you guys enjoy. This is Yours to Keep by me.
Spin me around, tell me I look beautiful tonight. I'm not really used to the spotlight. Show me around, I have never been here before. I'm not used to a life as grand as yours. Take my hand, it's yours to keep. Oh no, I think I'm in a little too deep. I'm afraid of commitment. I'm afraid of being loud. I'm afraid of looking stupid, but I'm afraid you might be the one. I don't know, I'm not sure. Am I mine? Am I yours? All I know is you make me feel like I've never been loved before. Take me anywhere you want to go. I'll follow you to the end of time. Take my hand, it's yours to keep. Oh no, I think I'm in a little too deep. Take my hand, it's yours to keep.
Another feel-good production.
Enjoy the extraordinary flavor of the new Sipper M Bubblegum. It's poppin' with flavor.